Only thing I tell a bitch.
Turn me up, slide.
Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the version. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. I cannot think of nothing I would rather be doing than getting money. Sleeping, you cannot tell me nothing. You ain't seen what I seen, you ain't got no reason to be reaching. I ain't got shit to prove, but there's plenty to learn. So for my youngins, I'm teaching. I'm all about the choice, but she don't need abortion cause she not leaving any semen. I'm the euphoria, take a vacation to Florida. Blue 100 bills, I need more of them. Searching for love, told the bitch door explored them. Cause my little heart is stay frozen, feeling this cup. Won't stop, just keep coming pouring and sip on this bitch till the morning. Don't give a fuck, told her to stop with the sucking, bro. It's been an hour, you boring me. Taking these trips, take off the top in Orlando. Next time we headed to Panama, loving my elders. Top was missing in the Jag, enjoying the breeze with my grandma. Switching it up, came in with a different flow. Like Uzi said, different song, bro. Speaking of Uzi, need to go buy a new semi, cause a nigga money longer, yeah. She thought the stick was a boner, yeah. Can't get me the nut, I'm a stoner, yeah. Man, bitch want me to come home, or yeah. Told her leave me alone, yeah. If I see your bitch, she a goner, yeah. Could get rich without my diploma, yeah. Only 19 like Corona. I sat behind the gang when they wronger. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the version. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. Mean little nigga, when I shoot this green little nigga. Got your bitch number and left on scene, little nigga. She for the team, little nigga. You see a pimp, I walk with a lean, my nigga. From catching my jeans, little nigga. These niggas hook to me, I'm a Kareem, little nigga. Hit you in your spleen, little nigga. Whipping this shit because I got the recipe. Don't talk money, then it ain't no checking me. When the bitch basic, she cannot be next to me. I gotta be seen with a treasury. Got all the answers, ain't no fucking testing me. You tried it, now gotta accept the fee. She wanna bet, I like it when she begging me. I told her feelings irrelevant. Pop out a red and white Jordans, peppermint. Gotta be direct when I test a bitch. She like a rough, like we on that Russell shit. Never say never, but a nigga never miss. All in the mouth, only thing I tell a bitch, I take a seat. Still can't get ahead of me, leaving rubber on the ground, how I'm revving it. I ain't worried about a nigga, I'm better than. But you niggas best look out for this demon. Wallet heavy, that explain why I'm leaning. Both bitches flirting, they double teaming. Summer hoes, it's a wonderful season. If I said it, I most definitely mean it. My heart is thawing out, I'm anemic. Give it the cold feet, Tempur-Pedic. I could be Michael the way that I beat it. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the version. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the version. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. Mama, who I do it for? Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl, don't pull up on me lest I say it, you a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it, I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches, if she basic, gotta tell her no. She say I'm different from other niggas, oh I didn't know. He a little dog, I'm a big one, can't play both sides, better pick one. Like with shawty on, she a lit one. Got 2 semis, now I need a big one. Watch your bitch hurt, she a slick one. You ain't hit that nigga, been done. I don't argue with these bitches, cut them off and swap them out. You can have that bitch back when I finish, I'ma kick her out. Fame comes with the money, I just wanna stack, forget the clout. I'm not tryna hit, I told her she came over for a mouth. When she with me, she be talking bad about you, but I got you. I won't get her pregnant, so I use a condom, so no problem. Niggas flexing on the ground, but at the bottom, I'm too hot for anything she gotta say. I blow her back and blow her mind up. Them checks flowing and I keep the money moving like a goblin. My bitch bring me peace, she know that if I'm talking, then it's silence. Throw it in the air and leave it there. It's something like a pilot, he can rap, but he be capping. You should ask him why he lying. Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl, don't pull up on me lest I say it, you a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it, I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches, if she basic, gotta tell her no. But if she bet she gotta come here. She gon' have some fun here. Nigga, who the fuck you think you run here? Don't forget my gun here. Niggas lying saying that they from here. They not really from here. Niggas fell off, they was hot for 1 year. Guess them niggas done here. Uncle gone and it'll never be the same. But fuck the rain. I can hide it, but I'm hurting from the pain. I'm switching lanes. I was in the mood until I broke my chain. That bitch is plain. Clutching every shot I put a buzzer beater like I'm Dane. Weed is black and purple raven. Ain't no whole word for the saving. On the face I like to paint it. Fuck a better, I'm just saying. On every channel try and change it. You don't like me cause you hate it. Will not fail, you gon' be waiting. I like your freshie or replacement. Swap them out, they trading places. I like foreigns in my races. Throwing bait but I'm not chasing. If he downshift then we racing. This bitch drier than a raisin. I need ID, don't trust faces. Nigga rushing but I'm pacing. On my dick hole while you glazing. Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl don't pull up on me less I say it. You a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it. I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches if she mama who I tell her no. Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl don't pull up on me less I say it. You a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it. I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches if she basic, gotta tell her no. Nah, this shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Tryna figure out this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis, really acting like a bitch. We could talk it out but I can't understand him with the list. Not to mention he be dressing up for views, he wearing wigs. Not to mention nigga 27, out here scamming kids. Foreign coupe, I love to walk around it capping, so let's talk about it. Laughing but nobody smiling, too old to be acting childish. He didn't want the smoke, brought up my mama, so bro now you got it. If you know what's best then close your mouth and keep my mama out it. Now I'm making noise, piss me off and now I'm too annoyed. Nigga play with toys, he play with them and fuck with little boys. I can't just ignore it, water deep just like we finding door. I don't have a choice, the war is coming, hope you ready for it. Double cup I'm sipping, you can talk your shit but leave my family out and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head, I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that, you acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist but you keep sneak dissing these women. Problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas figure out this in this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. My bitch want a spot and claim she loyal, gotta test it. Yeah, she enjoy her time with me, addicted like it's Netflix. I let her do the work when giving neck, I guess I'm sexist. When we be going rounds, her hair get caught up in my necklace. I got some real bitches I could cuff, but it ain't likely. You gotta hold it down if you deserve to be my wifey. She wanna make a movie, do a film, shout out to Spike Lee. 150 on the dash, I swear a nigga in it light speed. Won't move off emotion, my girl help me do the right thing. When I come outside, these niggas put they bitch in hiding. When she on the bike, she breathing hard, she love the riding. Baddie said she gay but want the dick, so why you lying? I've been doing work, I'm starting to mark shit off my checklist. Just say what's on my mind, cause it's the truth, you call it reckless. Do burnouts in the foreign, it's a G, it's not a Lexus. I don't know why bitches think they more important than my check is. Change up my mentality, I never say I can't. I can't trust a single government, bitch, I'm my own bank. She real quiet when she hot, but she get freaky off the drink. 5-star general on niggas, I'm the highest rank. Be the life for the party. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. First round pick, I'm my number one. Popping my shit like it's bubblegum. How many came in this clip? It's a lot of them. Nigga messy like they working for the cops or something. You see a track star, how I'm running shit. Tryna run me, can't run this bitch. Snatch what, who chain, run it down real quick. Nigga asked if I'm strapped, bitch, I'm clutching it. Better have life insurance, I'm the general. They all bad bitches, too bad I ain't feeling them. 1, 2, 3 bitches low when I'm pinning them. Catching at a 2 with the clips while I'm filling them. Got the haters mad cause they screw how I'm drilling them. Hit them with a 2-piece combo, finish them. Try to count my pockets, niggas better stop it. Reaching my back, slap his ass with a Benjamin. In that 2-door coupe, and it start with a G. Bombing, knows you wasting time, nigga. I got somewhere to be. Niggas follow in my footsteps. I'm a coach, so take a knee. Step out of bounds, this stick go sideways, nigga. Guess I'm playing weak. Ride the beat like I'm surfing. I need money, bitch, it's urgent. Don't need hoes because they worthless. Stole your hoe with one on purpose. Any flow got many verses. Buy your purseless, it's my mama. That's a statement, fuck a comma. Presidential flow, Obama. Doing good, I could be better. Run over you cause you let her. Put no bitch before my cheddar. Mama do, she want a Tesla. Outsmart these niggas, I'm clever. Drift the whip, I keep her steady. To the top, I hope you ready. Feel her cheeks, now the bitch Sandy. Play with the wood like she Andy. Raw dog and psych, I'm not Randy. Won't put it on unless it's branded. Hope you niggas understand it. Piped her right, it made her drool. Mind your business is my rule. Can't get money by myself, but not alone. I brought my pick, I'm my number one. Popping my shit like it's bubblegum. How many came in this clip? It's a lot of them. Nigga messy like they working for the cops or something. You see a track star, how I'm running shit. Tryna run me, can't run this bitch. Snatch what, who chain, run it down real quick. Nigga asked if I'm strapped, bitch, I'm clutching it. First round pick, I'm my number one. Popping my shit like it's bubblegum. How many came in this clip? It's a lot of them. Nigga messy like they working for the cops or something. You see a track star, how I'm running shit. Tryna run me, can't run this bitch. Snatch what, who chain, run it down real quick. Nigga asked if I'm strapped, bitch, I'm clutching it.
Turn me up, Slime.
Alright, we in this motherfucker on me. Never in the condo, be Joe riding through the city. Who am I? I'm John Doe. My name is not to be mentioned. All these fucking time zones, new money been hitting different. Never play by mine, bro. I retaliate with revenge. Stack a couple K, doing great. He cannot relate because I'm Simon. She do what I say. Stay with us and late. I was raised off that section 8. All my classes late.
You tell me how surprised, how horrified, or really whether this is simply confirming your worst fears.
Well, it is. Obviously, we were all hoping for a miracle, but we did realize that we were needing a miracle to pull these people through this terrible situation. The fact they found debris now, if it is indeed debris from the submersible, the Titan, which we believe it is, experts believe it is, then it means that there was a catastrophic implosion. The only plus side I can see for that is instead of those brave people and also that 19-year-old young man having a slow and agonizing death, it would have been instantaneous, a quicker execution than a bullet. And I think in a way, if I had the choice, I'd choose the implosion.
All right, let me read you the very, very latest. This is being reported. Of course, we can't confirm it. It hasn't been corroborated. But the person who is revealing and divulging this information is somebody called David Mearns. David Mearns is friends with 2 of the passengers on board Titan. And he says he's part of a WhatsApp group which involves the Explorers Club. He's the person who told Sky News originally that the president of the Explorers Club, who's directly connected to the ships on the site, said that it was a landing frame and a rear cover from the submersible. David Meehan said, again, this is an unconventional submarine. That rear cover is the pointy end of it, and the landing frame is the little frame that seems to sit on it. He says this confirms that this is the submersible that we've been searching for. He says he knows both a British billionaire, Hamish Harding, and the French sub-pilot Paul-Henri Nargeolet. There's even more information breaking now. David Meehan says this means that the sub suffered a crack and imploded, killing all 5 men on board instantly. He says a debris field implies there's a breakup of the submersible. And at that depth, because we know that they lost communications at around 3,300 meters. So that really indicates what the worst case scenario is, which is a catastrophic failure, an implosion. And he says the only saving grace is that it would have been immediate, literally in milliseconds, and the men would have no idea what was happening. David Meehan, who is a friend of the 2 men on board, said this during an appearance this evening. He says, my worst fears have now been realized. Let me go to Tim first, then I'll go to Jacob, who's sitting here with me. Tim, you know, when you start having to say that it would have been a very swift death, you know that you're really confronting a real tragedy here. 5 people.
A terrible tragedy. And I've studied the Titanic all my life, and I never thought that she would take 5 more victims 111 years after she killed 1,500 people.
Yes, I mean, that's the most...
I want to pause there right there. In case you didn't hear, like you said, there were 3 billionaires on board, and as well as one of the billionaires had his 19-year-old son on board as well. And like they said, if there was a crack in the vessel, they wouldn't even know what happened. It just would have crushed like immediately, like they said, faster than a bullet, and they would have just passed immediately, y'all. So this is unfortunate that this is what had to happen. People trying to go see the Titanic is already claimed, like they said, 1,500 lives over 100 plus years ago, and now it's in 2023 still claiming more lives. I just would have thought that as billionaires, like maybe they would have made sure that the vessel was proper, like they would put up the money for, to make sure, to ensure that their safety, that they would make it back home. And it just doesn't seem like that was done. It seems like they literally just played with their life to go down to see the Titanic that claimed so many other lives. They like to say, people with money do crazy things, but people without money do these types of things as well. If a person without money was granted the opportunity to do something like this, they would do it too, and then it wouldn't have nothing to do with, they just have so much money they don't know what to do with it. I don't think that's the case. I just think some people are just adventurous, and some people sometimes, like I think, try to play God. And it's sad, this happened. But now I want to show you guys what they said actually steered. After we finish this video, I'm going to show you what they said actually steered this submarine. And you're going to be like, what? Billionaires? 3 billionaires trusted this to take them 13,000 feet in an ocean that can have fish and monsters and all other types of things 10 times bigger than the submarine that could literally just swallow them whole. Like they're saying it's an implosion, but we don't know that to be sure, because they found pieces of the submarine. Something could have attacked the submarine, and that's why we're finding pieces of it. So hopefully, we'll learn more as days, go on about what happened out there. But it's a reason that they stopped exploring the ocean, because it's unexplorable. Like, I think about this all the time. I think about, like, just imagine what's in the ocean, like things that you would not even imagine. Just because you can't see it now doesn't mean it's not there. Like, it could be sharks in there the size of football fields. And I'm just saying it like not joking, like jokingly, but actually serious. Like, we don't know what's in the bottom of the ocean, and even at the bottom it may go down even further. You know, I know they make these movies, like for instance, I'm gonna say Wakanda Forever, you know, the new one, you know, and the people in the water, the blue people, you know, and they live under, you know. Like, I believe that there are other, you know, terrestrial beings out there. I believe that there are other terrestrial beings in the water. I believe all that. So we're going to watch the rest of this clip, what they're saying about when they first were believing that they were dead due to this debris being found. But to be honest, something could have attacked the ship. Like, this could be a conspiracy. And I don't even want to say that, but I'm just saying it could be a lot of things that happen down there. So let's get back into the video.
Dramatic way, isn't it, to view this story, that the Titanic has taken even more lives. Jacob, obviously you're sitting here trying to make sense of this horrible story, really, isn't it? Because we think suddenly we see the faces of the 5 people there, and you know, this suddenly becomes very, very real. This is a story of, we think, instantaneous death for all 4 passengers and the pilot.
Yeah, this is news that you never really want to break in the line of work that we're in. We don't want to report people dying. But unfortunately, it seems that has happened, that there's been some form of catastrophic implosion. And as Tim said, and as we've all been saying, the only saving grace is that how quick it would have been. And before, I saw some information from a medical expert about this, saying that it would be before the people inside even registered it. So, yeah, we are clutching at straws to think of small mercies here, because it is ultimately a terrible, terrible tragedy.
It really is. And Tim, you know, it had been thought that maybe the fragments of the submersible may never be recovered, because the area was so huge and the depth so great, and the, you know, the difficulty of homing in on one very small vessel, just the size of a very small camper van, was considered that it might be insurmountable, and there would never be closure, and then there would never be this kind of information. And yet it does appear that now we do have it, Tim, doesn't it?
That's absolutely right. The one good thing is that if they can recover the parts, we can have a full black box investigation into exactly the structural failures, and that will educate us for future submarine development and indeed for regulation.
So I think we should say the names of the people who we think have been involved in this implosion, and give them the due respect of saying their names. So the passengers are British businessman Hamish Harding. We've heard a great deal about him. Pakistani businessman Shahzada Dawood and his teenage son Suleiman. A French explorer Paul-Henri Nargiolet, and Stockton Rush, who's the CEO of Ocean Gate, which is the company that operates the submersible. So 5 individuals who set out on this incredible adventure of a lifetime. I mean, I'm here with Jacob Jaffa. I mean, it was a romantic kind of escapade. It was a kind of swashbuckling kind of Vasco da Gama, kind of Christopher Columbus type odyssey, wasn't it? And the most extraordinary thing, I think one of the most extraordinary things, is it was all meant to be over in about 8 hours, wasn't it? It was meant to be a pretty deep, pretty swift and speedy excursion, to kind of like almost like a day trip.
Yeah, that's the way with these things. There is a sort of mythology around the Titanic, just the magnitude of what happened to it, the tragedy surrounding it, that does draw people in. And so, as you say, it was meant to be very short. And when they didn't re-emerge, that was actually when alarm bells started ringing. There have been questions over whether there was about an 8-hour window before the alarm was raised internationally, even though they lost communication with this submersible. And so it's just kind of unfathomable what's happened and how it's turned out. And all this speculation has now seemingly become a lot more real.
And I wonder, Tim, whether what will happen now, once the grieving has been done and the mourning has been done and people are coming to terms with this very personal, very real loss, 5 different families, you know, all struggling to come to terms with what has happened here. But I wonder whether this type of very expensive tourism into these enormously dangerous environments, such as going into space or going to the very, very depths of the ocean, whether that might suddenly be stopped, terminated, whether there may be all sorts now of regulations and insurances and practices and red tape, is essentially bureaucracy to stop this kind of thing ever happening again.
I think there should be. Certainly where there are fee-paying passengers aboard who are non-specialists, it occurs to me that the subs which found the Titanic were Navy submarines from the French Navy and, of course, the US Navy. Also, Russian submersibles have dived on the Titanic. Again, these are Navy-owned vessels, whereas this was a commercial vessel. It was one of the first. It was a pioneering commercial type of tourist vessel. And it seems that they have not had frankly, the budget and the expenditure and the testing. They haven't been exposed to that. And I think we definitely need to make sure that any sub that's going down to these depths is fit for purpose and is safe.
And Jacob, obviously you're a journalist with The Sun. You've been covering this breaking story. It's been a story attracting enormous numbers of people to the newspaper. We've had, huge numbers of people watching and listening to my program right now on YouTube. People are fascinated. They're kind of held in thrall by this story. They wanted to know what the outcome's going to be. They've been praying for one answer. I think we're bringing them the answer that they dreaded. But have you had a feedback from Sun readers? Have they felt that this was wrong in its essence, that people shouldn't be able to pay other people to take them to places that are unfathomably dangerous? There's
been a split, really. There's been, as you say, it's commanded immense interest, and we look at the numbers upstairs and we see that people have been wanting to find out by the minute the latest stuff that's been going on with this. I should just say for 1 second, sorry to interrupt you, that if you're watching this on screen, what you can actually see is the latest search footage unfolding. So that is what you can see now. This is footage that we haven't shown you before. It's just come to us and we're showing it to you the second we get it. We always do that here on Talk TV. The minute we get it, we share it with you. There it is. We don't spend time footling about with it and editing it and changing it. We just show you what we've got, and that's what we've got right now. So if you've tuned in to see the very latest, that is the very latest. And Jacob, you were just telling me that some readers are divided on this. Some think it's fine to spend your money doing this. Yes, some people have seen this very much as, why are people trying to do this? Why are they not, even though they are experienced, they are not trained experts, they are not military personnel, why are they trying to do this? But on the other hand, as we've seen with space exploration and now this sort of thing, there is only one direction that this stuff moves. It goes towards the commercial, towards the freely available, and as Tim indicated there, after tragedies like this, towards the regulated. And I think there is a portion of the readership as well who are looking at that and going, if this helps inform us, if this gives us an example of what not to do, how to better regulate this industry, how to make it safe, and then ultimately at some point in the future, in a safe and controlled way, it becomes cheap and affordable for people to do, then that is only a good thing despite the immense tragedy.
Jacob, thank you very much indeed.
Okay, y'all. So that's the first story that first part of the story that I want to share. And they were talking about, people paying, because those people actually paid $250,000 to get on this submarine that probably didn't even cost $250,000 to make, to go 13,000 feet underwater to see a ship that has been there for 100 plus years. Like, this is, and like he said, they said people shouldn't be able to pay people to do these things. As long as people have money, people are going to be able to go around things and go around the red tape. Like they said, that ship. Hold on. Sorry, don't know what that was. Like they said, that submarine, I think it was on its third annual trip. So that means that was the third trip that it has taken underwater. And who's to say that it actually went to the Titanic the first two times? And here we are with billionaires willing to risk their lives and their children's lives as well, because there was a 19-year on board, and pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to, and now their families are grieving. They don't understand why, and they probably don't. I can only imagine what they were thinking. If like, we don't know what happened. They can say an implosion, it happens immediately, so they wouldn't have known what was going on. We don't know that because we weren't there. I'm sure at some point in time, even if it was a second before it happened, I'm sure those people experienced something to let them know, like, we're not going to make it, like something is wrong. And that is just dreadful to even imagine that. But the next part that I wanted to show, I actually saved these in my watch later so I could share with y'all, was the actual controller that they are saying Controll actually steered the submarine. I'm not gonna say it controlled it, but it's supposed to have steered this submarine, and I just want to show that. It said that they were thinking that they were running out of oxygen, and then it turns out they weren't running out of oxygen, because they're now saying it imploded, which means it I don't want to say exploded from the inside out, but that's kind of what it did. Let's see. Wait a minute, because I know I saved it. Well, before I show that one, I can show this quick video of a former passenger that of the ship, another trip, and I want you to see what his experience was. And as I find the one about the Logitech controller that steers this vessel. Hey, Unity. I apologize. It's buffering for some reason. I don't know why. I just watched it.
Board that sub, and he also knows what it's like to be inside that very sub, the Titan. He himself took a trip down to the Titanic back in 2021. Aaron, good morning. Let's just start with the breaking news that we have overnight. There were
I don't hear the audio for some reason. I don't know why the audio isn't playing. Hold on.
banging sounds that were heard from beneath the ocean. Tell me what your reaction was to that.
Obviously, our focus is just on
Why isn't the audio playing? Okay, y'all, we may have to come back to this one because it's tripping. Let's see if this one does.
Mama, turn it because Janette's home. I'm about to go.
Hey, y'all, before we watch the former passenger of it, we're going to watch the actually he was going to be a passenger on the submersible, but he bagged out at the last minute. And I just want you to hear his safety concerns that he had.
Friend Hamish Harding is among those. First off, we got to say, Chris, thank you for joining us this morning. Our thoughts are with you, everyone on board and their families as well. And I know you were close with Hamish. Could you please? And Hamish Harding is among those missing on board. And first off, we got to say, Chris, thank you for joining us this morning. Our thoughts are with you, everyone on board and their families as well. And I know you were close with Hamish. Can you please tell us about it?
Yes, good morning. I think, first of all, the thoughts are really much more with the family and his close friends and families, not just Hamish, but the other 4 people that are down on the sub. All of our concentration needs to be on that right now. You know, we've got lives at risk. It's the news this morning about them picking up sounds is good and bad news. In an ideal world, we'd have seen that the sub had come up to the surface and was bobbing around just undetected. If the sounds are coming from below the water, then that indicates that they may be alive under the water. But now we've got time pressures in getting them to the surface.
You know, time is definitely of the essence. And you say you were one of the first people to sign up for this Titanic tour mission. What initially drew you to join?
Well, it's being a sort of a modern day adventurer, interested in pushing the boundaries of our knowledge and places that people go. Hamish and myself were both on the Virgin Galactic program to go up into space, and Hamish actually went into space about a year ago with Blue Origin. And the Titanic's obviously an iconic wreck, and the OceanGate have put this program to go down and do a 3D scan of the wreck with the view to then being able to see how it's decaying, so that the wreck could be preserved. And that's it. It's so the mission specialists, like Hamish going down there, would have the job of either scanning, or they could be in charge of the communications up to the surface, stuff like that. So it's a chance for an expedition, exploration, and adding a bit of science into the situation.
And prior to signing up for the trip, what did you know about OceanGate expeditions?
Prior to myself signing up, very little. I was. It was one of these situations where a couple of guys who knew a lot more about the Titanic, and one guy was into shipping, was his business, brought it to my attention. I just thought, oh, that sounds like a great idea.
And you said that safety issues ultimately.
Now, I just want to make sure that y'all heard what he said. He said he knew little to nothing about OceanGate, you know, which is okay, but that's where you do your research and find out how many trips they've taken, how many people, like all that. And then After that, he said it just sounded like a great idea. Sounds like a great idea to go 13,000 feet underwater in something that you don't even know that it's going to make it, to see a ship that has been there over 111 years that took 1,500 lives, because back then they thought the Titanic was, what was the words the gentleman used on the movie? It's he didn't say uncrashable. He said it's unsinkable or and then look, it ended up hitting the iceberg and sunk, and those people died mostly because of the coldness of the water. So let me keep going.
Led you to pull out of the trip. What were some of those safety concerns that you had?
They did. I'm not really sure that this is the time to be going into that sort of thing. I think that the focus right now has to be on trying to rescue these people. It's not fair on the families and friends to be making speculation about what might have happened or how it happened at this point.
We can definitely understand that. And do you feel any apprehension about joining similar projects?
Okay, y'all, I gotta do commentary on it, for fair use. But okay, so did y'all hear, when the host, I cannot remember his name, I know he played football, he asked him, like, what was some of the safety concerns that he had, that made him back out? What were some of the safety concerns? He was like, he didn't think this is the best time to talk about that, and I understand, he's trying to, be empathetic, towards the family and friends, the people that are on board, that are watching, he don't want to say, he don't want to say that it's possible that they're gone, because he don't want to be insensitive. But I'm looking at it like, okay, if you had safety concerns and you knew these safety concerns, did you express these safety concerns to the other passengers that were going on the submarine to give them a chance to back out as well? Or I'm just saying like if you really had these concerns, yes, you got off, thank God, that's kind of like a final destination type of thing where you sense something's gonna go wrong, so you get off. But on Final Destination, he made an uproar about it, and so that made other people say, we don't want to get on this plane. And then sure enough, when the plane took off, it exploded. And those people got off, yes, death slowly, got them all in the order that they, was supposed to pass, whatever. I understand this is a movie, but the point that I'm trying to make is, why didn't he make an uproar to the public about this expedition that no one knew about, really? I mean, I know it's out there, but it's not like they're advertising it on TV, because most people don't have $250,000 to spend on to go on a submarine to go see a big sinking. I said sinking. To go see the Titanic. So I just feel like he should have made an uproar to the public, like, I'm not telling these people what to do, because people with money or people without money gonna do what they want to do. So let's just stop saying people with money do anything. No, because people without money do stuff as well. People gonna do what they want to do. I just feel he should have made an uproar to the public and to the people, especially if he knew who were going, to give them a chance to say, like, I don't know, I think I'm gonna wait on the next trip, or something like that. So, maybe, he wasn't thinking. So I'm not blaming him, because he is not the pilot of the vessel. He didn't design the vessel. And at the end of the day, he bagged out. But, I just feel like, he should have said something else. But here we go.
Projects in the future, because as you said, you are a modern day adventurist.
No, what you tend to do is, some people physically write it down. You think about all the risks that might be involved in whatever exploration adventure that you're going on. And then you see if you don't have an appetite for those risks, then you might not go ahead. You may try and mitigate those by bringing in some expertise from outside. You might have other risks or dangers that could be mitigated by changing the time of when you go out there. I've very recently been out. I became the first person ever to get to the pole of inaccessibility in Africa. Very dangerous situation, but by choosing the right people to work with, timings, the equipment, we made it all work. So that's what you tend to do as an adventurer. What we tend as a group.
Okay, so in case y'all didn't hear that, he said, he weighed out the risk, and like I said, he probably realized, like, okay, these pieces don't look, too welded. One piece could come off and it could implode. He probably got some advice from some underwater, people that go underwater with, and search and stuff to find out, like, how long can you live? I mean, how long can you survive, under the water, or, what it does to your body when you go that deep in the water. Because I was watching this movie where, oh my God, I cannot remember the name of it. It wasn't 400 meters deep, but I think it was 400 meters deep, but it was the cage version of the uncaged. So basically the cage ended up breaking and, going down. And, they couldn't just bring them back. First of all, it was filled with sharks. So they had to get to them first and not get eaten by the sharks, because just because you know how to swim and all that don't make you invincible to sharks. And then second of all, the girls at the bottom of the ocean, they just couldn't come back up, real quick, because their body would implode, which is exactly what they're saying this ship did. So, he said, he weighed out the risk. He probably talked to Lord. Ain't no telling. His family probably just was like, look, you don't need to do this. You already did the Africa trip. I don't know if y'all heard him, but he said he did some type of thing in Africa that probably cost 6 figures to do as well. And, he said it was, it sounded like he almost barely made it out. But, he said with the right equipment, with the right people. But what right equipment can you have in the water? Gills? That's the only way you're going to just survive in the water outside of something eating you. You need gills, and humans aren't built with gills. So unless you got an entrapment that, well, where I can have oxygen unlimited underwater. Y'all know me, I can't swim. I'm always doing swimming things. And that's another reason why I want to make this video, because when I saw, first of all, I didn't realize that they were going 13,000 feet. First I thought they was going 4,000, which that's deep too. But then I realized, well, you went on a submarine yourself, girl, and you was pregnant with your daughter. So not only did I risk my life, but I risked my daughter's life, who had no idea what was going on because she was in my stomach. And then I had 4 other kids here whom I could have left without a mother. No, I was not thinking about this at the time. I just wanted to do this excursion in Barbados, and tell people, ooh, look at me. I'm on a submarine underwater. And y'all, it was an adventure. I had a great time, but I was scared. And and then after we going under, I'm wondering, like, is this gonna do something to my baby? And still to this day, I wonder, like, did it do something to my baby? Because that little thing, she look crazy around here. Jalea, the youngest girl. If y'all know, the one to be humming us to death on the crumble cookie road trips and all that. But yes, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all, me doing that, excursion. And I was 800 feet. I think 800 feet deep. I have to look up the excursion to see. But the point I'm trying to make is I was in the submarine underwater at the bottom of this coral, and anything could have happened. And I can't swim, sure can't breathe underwater. Like, so this is an unfortunate event, but this was a guy, like I said, he had a friend. Obviously somebody on board was his friend. So it's like, did you warn your friend and say, well, I'm bagging out because I think this submarine is not up to par. But then I'm also thinking, like, okay, it was 3 billionaires on board. They should have put like 100 million plus in it a piece. If you're gonna go on this trip, like I don't know. I can't talk. I got on one. No, I didn't go as deep as they went, but the same thing could have happened. The same thing could have happened. I don't know about imploding because we weren't that deep, but we did go to the ground level, the ground of this coral in Barbados, in the middle of the ocean. I'm gonna show y'all. But let's finish, this first.
Not to take into account very well is the effect on our friends and family. I know that from talking to my own family, and we fully understand the risks and we take them on board, but they haven't been so involved with the process, and they tend to kind of be left a little bit in the dark, and then they're worried, and unfortunately you get a situation like this, and it's just probably as if the bottom has dropped out of their worlds, and really do feel for them.
Yeah, we do as well. A lot of worry on the part of those families. And as we said earlier, our thoughts are with those families and those on board. Chris Brown, thank you so much for your time this morning.
First of all, the man name would be Chris Brown. I just thought that was funny when I was, hearing the story. But he just said exactly what I said, thinking about your family members that left behind if you don't make it out and all that, or the family members that you decided to take on board with you. Like, people are saying, because I've been seeing stuff on Twitter and Instagram and, everywhere in comments on YouTube, like, he took his 19-year-old son, and people are like, well, his 19-year-old son, he made the decision to go on his own. Like, well, he's 19. Like, first of all, his brain not even fully developed to just make this decision or to weigh out the risk of what could happen, what could go wrong. So, and and then he probably wanted to be with his father. His father made him go, or who knows? But the point I'm trying to make, like, we don't know. So we can't just like, oh, well, he knew what he was doing. He's 19. He's still a teen, in case you're not listening. 19. My son is 19, and some 19-year-olds are more mature than others. My son won't get on a plane nor a cruise ship. And then when I had sent him the news article that the NAACP had put out about driving to Florida or whatever, he made a decision not to take him, his little brother, and his friends down there, and to stay somewhere closer to home. So, like I said, some people are more mature than others, or you can call them scared, whatever you want to call them. But I'm just saying it's unfortunate that 19-year-old lost his life. He didn't even live, his life to the fullest. Yes, he got to, I don't know how long he got to explore. So I did find the video about the $30 Logitech controller. Now, I have a Logitech mouse that don't act right. So I know a Logitech controller steering a submarine vessel that's taking you to the bottom of the ocean where you could not survive. Okay, y'all think I'm not telling the truth. I'm finna show y'all.
Ocean Gate's Titan, a submarine that takes rich tourists to go see the wreckage of the Titanic, is now missing.
We understand from the operator of the vessel that the vessel was designed with a 96-hour sustainment capability if there was an emergency on board.
Now, with any story going viral online, there's always thousands of theories that quickly stem off that range from interesting to tinfoil hat levels of insanity. Now, me, being somewhat of a connoisseur of tinfoil headwear, I can appreciate wild assumptions. But the submarine situation has people speculating about the missing passengers being in the World Economic Forum, with Elon Musk being to blame for their disappearance. Elon Musk being to blame for their disappearance, and even some sort of money laundering connotations due to the multi-million-dollar operation using $30 knockoff video game controllers. So let's just debunk or confirm everything going on so far, as the company OceanGate that leads the submarine down to the Titanic wreckage is having some issues with their website, likely because the story is going viral online, where they show the Titan submarine exploring the ocean floor, as their 3D renditions are somewhat different from what the submarine really looks like, as CBS actually went on the submarine last year, where the Titan sub looks incredibly cramped, as its specifications state it's 22 by 9 by 8 feet high, which those measurements have to include the stand because that 8 feet height doesn't quite match the sitting room only interior. But their website goes on to describe the Titan submarine as a more cost-efficient deep diving submersible with an unparalleled safety feature, the RTM, but also uses off-the-shelf components.
I got these from Camper World. We run the whole thing with this game controller.
Come on! Which apparently is this Logitech wireless video game controller that was available at Amazon for just $30 and had horrible reviews the last couple months, stating it can't hold a connection and actually giving a very nefarious warning. Now, a lot of people are pointing out, why does a company that charges a reported $250,000 a passenger, which means they could make $1 million a trip, would not only be using a video game controller from the year 2000, but a knockoff of another knockoff? But apparently video game controllers in submarines is nothing new, as the US Navy has been using Xbox controllers since at least 2018, which kind of makes sense, as an 18-year-old joining the Navy today was born in the year 2005. Or was it 2000 and, I don't know, I'm not a math Asian, but I do know they were likely raised on video games, so an Xbox controller is infinitely easier to learn than whatever this is. But I am concerned about this.
Are you making money on this operation? No. So not yet. People might say, hey, that's a lot of money, $250,000. But we went through over $1 million of gas.
And OceanGate, despite the huge $20 savings using this off-brand Logitech controller, is still running into money issues.
Hold up. You mean to tell me, hold up. This video was about the controller. I didn't listen to it. Okay, let's forget about the $30 controller that they saying that they using the knockoff of a knockoff. But did you just hear him say they're not even making no money? $1 million in gas. And the man that you just saw talking to the news guy, I'm gonna go back. He is the founder of the company or whatever. He passed away, y'all. He was on there. Let me show y'all. He was on there. Go back and hear him say this one more time.
You making money on this operation? No. So not yet. People might say, hey, that's a lot of money, $250,000. But we went through over $1 million of gas.
And OceanGate, despite the huge $20 savings using this off-brand Logitech controller, is still running into money issues. I genuinely don't understand how you can become a multi-millionaire, then not have reservations about getting on a submarine that looks like it was assembled with components from a Chinatown gift shop. But apparently people don't care, as a CBS reporter basically had to sign his life away to get on the submarine.
An experimental submersible vessel that has not been approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma.
Not regulated.
And this brings us to the present, where USA Today reports how rescuers don't have much time to rescue the submarine, as the 5 people on the sub still have not been located, and report they only had a 96-hour oxygen supply where they left at 6 a.m. on Sunday, but lost contact just 1 hour and 45 minutes after it submerged, stating it should have had been equipped with a drop weight, where if they lost power, they could release it and the submarine would just rise to the surface. But there could be a leak in the hull, where if it fell to the seabed, it could still be intact, but beyond the continental shelf, and not many vessels will be able to go that deep. Then USA Today goes into who specifically was on that sub, so now places like TMZ are essentially slamming their family, writing that one passenger's stepson is at a concert, and others reposting online that one of the passengers is allegedly a part of the World Economic Forum, which, if you're unaware, the WEF is responsible for bizarre initiatives like people should have no personal possessions and it'll make them happier. They apparently want to get rid of 75% of the cars on the road and believe that eating bugs will cool the earth. Obviously, very unpopular opinions amongst anyone with an IQ higher than their shoe size. But seemingly, the World Economic Forum just claims people and places them on their website. Plenty of politicians have been listed on that same page, and later came out stating they never even knew their name was being used on that website. But obviously, this is fueling a lot of tinfoil hat theories online right now, with people that believe the Titanic was just a way to bring together all the richest people on one ship to make it easier to take them out. But I honestly do not believe that's the case here. This just looks like a tragic malfunction on a submarine going on a very dangerous mission. But that didn't stop places like PopCrave for appearing to blame Elon Musk for its disappearance, where social media users immediately take the bait, suggesting that he should be charged with manslaughter, and even saying this makes Elon Musk like Donald Trump. Never mind the fact that Starlink is just what the ship that transported the submarine uses, which I kind of understand what's going on here. Elon Musk is a huge draw on the news, so Pop Crave is trying to harvest those delicious clicks while something is trending. And they did get 1.4 million views, so mission accomplished, I guess. But my main issue is all the people that read the headline and immediately went into their confirmation bias. They know nothing about the technology involved with Starlink or Ocean Gate, but they do know Spaceman bad, Orange Man bad. So they need to jump on every opportunity to show the world how well they've been programmed to dislike someone they know very little about. Because sadly, it detracts that right now, there's 5 poor souls trapped in a tiny capsule that looks no bigger than 2 twin-sized beds just floating through the abyss. So hopefully we'll have some great news in the very near future, and subscribe if you enjoy the concise.
Okay, y'all. So like I said, the founder of the company was on that vessel, y'all. So he's no longer with us as well. And I can show y'all the picture just so y'all know. Oh, wow, y'all. And he said they weren't making no money. So that means, did he even leave his family any money? You know what? I'm sorry if that offended anyone. Because this is definitely not about money, but this family is grieving right now. This family is grieving right now. And, oh, wow. Let me see. Okay, y'all. So now this is the video. Okay, here they go. Here they go right here. Okay, I want y'all to see the crew so y'all can see the man that you just saw on the news telling the newsman they're not making no money.
I want to get to CNN's Paula Newton, who has confirmation of these new details. Paula, we understand
I'm gonna go listen.
There is confirmation now from the U.S. Coast Guard that.
Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Where is it? Let's see.
They are surmising that.
Okay, y'all, right here, the guy right here at the bottom, Stockton Rush. That was the man that was just on the news. I mean, you know, talking to the news guy, basically saying they weren't making no money. They spending $1 million on gas. On gas? Okay, so now let's go back to the beginning. So this gentleman, the billionaire, his 19-year-old son, this billionaire, and the pilot, and the founder that wasn't making no money yet, and then left his family here, and now all the, you know what? I was saying the same thing about the Titanic, like, because think about it, the Titanic, you know, was the first big sailing ship. You know, everybody want to get on there, even the slaves or the, you know, the people that snuck, the people that they had at the bottom, the ones that they locked in the ship because they knew they didn't have enough lifeboats to save everybody. So I think it was a way to get the rich on the boat and take it down and take the rich out. But I don't think it was supposed to hit that. I don't know. Maybe it was. You know, some people survived. But, you know, think about all the jewels, all the antiques, all the stuff that went down with the people in the Titanic. And it was some of the world's richest people on there. If you watch the Titanic, like, they still was looking for that big sapphire diamond. Like, people are greedy, and it's sad. They will risk their lives to go to the bottom of the abyss to find, y'all. This is sad, but y'all, want y'all to see that's the gentleman, y'all. Stockton Rush. He's the founder of the company. Now we're finna watch it from the beginning.
Understand that there is confirmation now from the U.S. Coast Guard that portions of the external body of the Titan have been discovered roughly 500 meters off the bow of the Titanic. They were discovered at approximately 8:55 a.m. Eastern time. But according to this memo from the Coast Guard, Paula, the search for the crew continues.
Yeah, some really tough news to take in. It comes to us from our own Priscilla Alvarez, who is reporting that in a memo obtained by CNN that the debris discovered at the search area is, as you say, of the missing Titan. And it is assessed to be, and this is key here, from the external body of this submersible, and that the search, as you say, for the vessel continues. I think, given that Canadian ship, the Horizon Arctic, was able to bring that remote vehicle to the depth of the Titanic wreck, and as I've explained before, the submersible, the Titan, went down that water column, right? Tried to go as straight down as it could to go see the wreck of the Titanic. The fact that as of this morning, they were able to get that remote vehicle down there, that is what they knew would give them insight, that exactly at an hour 45 minutes in, when they lost contact, they kind of could surmise more or less where the Titan might have been. They went there first to look, and apparently that is what they found. I will say that I have reached out to Canadian officials who, up to the last hour, told me that this remained a rescue operation. Given what we just heard from our last guest, I have asked them, is this now turning into a recovery operation instead? We just have to pause for a moment and understand how difficult this is for the families who have already been briefed about this, how hard it is for them to take in, especially given the fact that they knew the expertise. The CEO was on there. The man who's been called Mr. Titanic, who's been down there more than 30 times, the French mariner, P.H. Nagiolais, was down there when they heard that there were noises that could not be explained.
Okay, didn't they just say a man that's seen the Titanic more than 30 times? How did he get down there all them 30 times, and why they didn't go use that same route or that same device? I'm gonna rewind it again. She said, I gotta catch which gentleman it was, but she said one of those gentlemen has seen the Titanic over 30 times. In what? And why y'all didn't use that? Hold on.
The families who have already been briefed about this, how hard it is for them to take in, especially given the fact that they knew the expertise. The CEO was on there. The man who's been called Mr. Titanic, who's been down there more than 30 times, the French mariner, P.H. Nagiolais, was down there when they heard that there were noises that could not be explained. They thought perhaps there was a chance. This would tend to indicate that what they are being told by the U.S. Coast Guard is that this debris has been found. Now, there is still a lot more to do here in terms of to find this submersible and understand exactly what happened. Again, we can continue to reach out to Canadian officials. I will say that the Transportation Safety Board here in Canada would be in charge of any investigation. They are at the ready. And again, they deployed so many assets there in terms of recovery, and they will be able, hopefully, to give those families what they need, which is information and peace of mind.
It has been an extraordinary effort, all hands on deck over several days to try to give these families information as they deal with such a difficult process. First, learning that their loved ones are missing, and now hearing this news.
CNN's Miguel Marquez joining us now. Miguel, we learned a couple of hours ago there was a debris field. We now know that that debris has been assessed to be from this, and it was discovered on the ocean floor just off the bow of the Titanic. What are searchers telling you there in Newfoundland? Well, we have some news that's just come through on email, Jim. That's rather unfortunate. Statement from Ocean Gate itself saying that we now believe that our CEO, Stockton Rush, Shahzada Dawood, and his son, Suleiman Dawood, Hamish Harding, and Paul Henry Nagiolais have sadly been lost. These men were true explorers who shared a distinct spirit of adventure and a deep passion for exploring.
Okay, so the man right here, Paul Henry, I don't want to butcher his name, I think, is the guy that's seen the Titanic over 30 times. And my question is how and why he didn't continue to use the same vessel. Like, did this one take him closer or what? Like, y'all, this is unfortunate. 3 billionaires gone, and the founder of the company, y'all, and I just found some breaking news on the founder. Well, on the company, you know, we reporting it all as I find it until I'm ready to get up off of here. And if y'all enjoying the content, hit the like button, share it on your wall, you know, help your girl get her watch time up. But let's finish this part so I can show y'all, wow, y'all, what they're saying about the company, what happened with Ocean Gate. And I didn't know that Elon Musk, you know, had dealings with I guess that you saw the boat, you know, they let them off, and then they got off another device. Like, what was all those white tank things? I wonder. Like, it couldn't have been the oxygen because they didn't take those down with them. So what were those little white? Was those just floating? Like, that's how they floated? I don't know. But let's get back into the video.
Exploring and protecting the world's oceans. Our hearts are with these 5 souls and every member of their families during this tragic time. We grieve the loss and the joy they brought to everyone that they knew. The statement does go on for a bit, but our Priscilla Alvarez obtained some information from a government memo that indicated that those parts that they had found earlier were about 500 feet from the bow of the Titanic, and that the assessment from individuals at OceanGate that I've been chatting with today indicated that if it was from their vessel, that it indicated a catastrophic failure of that vessel, and that unfortunately they were lost. This is dangerous stuff that they do. It is adventuresome, I'm sure, but you were talking about depths of just thousands of pounds per square inch down there, and everything has to be absolutely right with every single mission, no matter how experienced they are. These things can go wrong, and people who do these missions certainly understand that they take great risks in doing this for the joy and the interest of discovery. But OceanGate confirming right now that those 5 individuals are dead. It is not clear that they have found the entirety of the craft, but they have found parts of it, indicating to people at OceanGate that the craft did not survive whatever initial event occurred there.
Jim? Miguel, do we know that that certainly is news, and it is sad news for the operator of this vessel to confirm that the 5 on board are dead, and we have pictures up on the wall here of the 5 of them: Hamish Harding, Paul-Henri Nargelet, Stockton Rush, and Suleiman Dawood and Shahzada Dawood. Do we know, Miguel, is there new information about the wreckage seen on the floor that gives them confidence those on board did not survive, or are they surmising from seeing some pieces of the wreckage there that therefore the capsule did not survive those depths?
They are surmising that because of the wreckage that they have found, that the capsule itself would not have survived, that it must have been a catastrophic failure at the moment of the event, and that then led to the debris field, which has, the depths and the pressure put on capsules like that is stunning when you start to talk to these people about just how difficult it is to do this and how technical it is. So I think once they were able to confirm that those parts were in fact from the Titan sub, and even if they haven't found the capsule, because of the nature of the parts that they have found, they realize that the rest of the sub is gone and lost. Yeah.
Miguel, thanks so much for sharing that important and that sad update. If you're just joining us, Miguel sharing a statement there from the operator of this submersible, sharing the sad news that they now believe all 5 on board.
Oh, wow, y'all. So, as you can see, they are saying the 5 are dead, and they are saying this because they found pieces, of the wreckage near the Titan. I said near the Titan, near the Titanic bow, which is I think that's the front of the ship. Like the part that Rose hung off of. When she was with Jack, when she hung off at the front. I can demonstrate. Hold on.
Breaking news now on that missing submersible. We are learning just minutes ago a debris field has been discovered. It is unclear if it's related to the missing.
Hold on, lady. I didn't try to play you, lady. Cut it out. Which camera is it? Okay, y'all. I'm here. Okay, so y'all know how Rose was, on the ship. How she was on the ship with Jack. That's the bow of the ship. Anyway, let me show y'all what they're saying about the CEO right now. I just wanted to show y'all that real quick. Okay. Wait a minute. Okay, y'all, before we watch that one, let's watch the video from 10 months ago when he basically was like, come in and see the karaoke contest. Okay. I want y'all to see where the CEO, the founder, who was also on the ship, where he basically was like, okay, y'all. So this is 10 months ago.
That can go to the depths of the Titanic. Hi, my name is Stockton Rush. I'm the CEO and founder of OceanGate. Let's take a look at Titan. So we're this. The only toilet available on a deep diving submersible. Best seat in the house. So you can look out the viewport. We put a privacy screen in, turn up the music, and it's very popular. We have our control screen here, our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back. We've taken a completely new approach to the sub design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens. So if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Turn left, turn right. Go down, go up. And it's Bluetooth, so I can hand it to anybody. And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around, and super durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case. This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic. We went out in 5 8-day missions. We did about 10 dives to the wreck site of the Titanic, and we did an extra dive on an undiscovered reef that we found. Completely privately funded operation, and we're funded by, we call mission specialists, who help support the mission. So they take quite a bit of money to come and join us. Years ago, the Russians took tourists out to the Titanic, and it was just sort of a look and see thing. We really are focusing on the science around it. We want to document what the wreck is like now, and also try to predict what it'll be like in the future. It's continuing to decay, and it seems to be accelerating. It's being eaten by a bacteria. It's literally being eaten by the ocean. It's not rusting away. So these things that are called rusticles are actually the byproduct of a bacteria that eats the iron. And as it does that, these decks are collapsing. The promenade deck continues to collapse forward. We saw some of the railing is starting to lose its structural strength, which is really a sad thing. That's when it's going to stop looking like the Titanic. The interest in the Titanic is the reason we go there, because people are willing to fund this kind of exploration and science, and that gives a completely different research component that almost nowhere else in the deep ocean can you get funding to go back every year for decades and see how coral reefs develop, and see how metals decay, and see how currents change. I mean, that just, you can't justify that. No government will pay for that. Nobody wants to go back to just some old reef, but people do want to go back to the Titanic, and that's why we go, is because people want to go.
I'm gonna rewatch that again because I'm trying to figure out, because I thought he said this their second time going to the Titanic, but then he said they did 5 8-day events. I'm confused. To the Titanic, or did y'all explore little like other ocean, other reefs in the ocean that's nowhere near as deep as 4,000 meters, 13,000 feet? Let me rewind it back.
Deep diving submersible, best seat in the house. You can look out the viewport. We put a privacy screen in, turn up the music, and it's very popular. We have our control screen here, our sonar screen here, and we can put any image we want in the back. We've taken a completely new approach to the sub design, and it's all run with this game controller and these touch screens. So if you want to go forward, you press forward. If you want to go back, you go back. Turn left, turn right, go down, go up. And it's Bluetooth, so I can hand it to anybody. And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around, and super durable.
Wait a minute, y'all. Am I confused, or is this little area right here where he's at is where all 5 passengers sit? Am I tripping? Am I tripping? Because the submarine that I was in was much bigger than this, first of all. I'm just asking, is this the whole area of the submarine that the people actually sit in, and you pay $250,000?
We keep a couple of spares on board just in case. This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic. We went out in 5 8-day missions. We did about 10 dives to the wreck site of the Titanic, and we did an extra dive on an undiscovered reef that we found. Completely privately funded operation, and we're funded by, we call mission specialists.
I'm confused. How is this your second time going to the Titanic, but then you did 5 8-day missions and then an extra mission to a reef. What? We double talking. What is he talking about? How was this your second time going? And y'all did all these expeditions. Are y'all listening or am I not listening?
And it's meant for a 16-year-old to throw it around, and super durable. We keep a couple of spares on board just in case. This is the second year we've been out to the Titanic. We went out in 5 8-day missions. We did about 10 dives to the wreck site of the Titanic, and we did an extra dive on an undiscovered reef that we found. Completely privately funded operation, and we're funded by, we call mission specialists who help support the mission. So they take quite a bit of money to come and join us. Years ago, the Russians took tourists out to the Titanic, and it was just sort of a look and see thing. We really are focusing on the science around it. We want to.
Okay, so now it makes sense. It seemed like that he said a couple of years ago the Russians took people out to the Titanic. So it seemed like the Russians did it first, and here come Americans want to try and do it. Obviously, the Russians were successful because the gentleman that was on the ship with y'all, a billionaire that's no longer here, they said he'd been to the Titanic 30 plus times, and it seems like he made it without a problem. So I'm trying to figure out what made him want to get on your little bitty vessel controlled by a Logitech controller that you literally just throwing around. I don't care how many extras you got. We're not throwing this controller around that's controlling a vessel that's going to determine whether I'm living. Let me finish this video, y'all. Now I'm getting mad.
Document what the wreck is like now, and also try to predict what it'll be like in the future. It's continuing to decay, and it seems to be accelerating. It's being eaten.
Future, and who cares what it looked like? What it looked like now? It looked how it's been looking, with animals and crabs and seaweed and all that on it. Like, come on now. What are you going? What are you hoping to? Are you hoping to someday get out of the vessel and be able to swim through the Titanic and see what you can find? Like, what are they going down here for anyway? You know what, y'all? When y'all see me on the vessel, y'all, I want y'all to ask me that same question. What did you go down there for? Because now I don't even know.
By a bacteria, so it's literally being eaten by the ocean. It's not rusting away. So these things that are called rusticles are actually the byproduct of a bacteria that eats the iron. And as it does that, these decks are collapsing. The promenade deck continues to collapse forward. We saw some of the railing is starting to lose its structural strength, which is really a sad thing. That's when it's going to stop looking like the Titanic. The interest in the Titanic.
What is he talking about when the railing go is when it's going to stop looking like the Titanic? It don't look like the Titanic now. It didn't look like the Titanic when it broke in half and first sunk 100 years ago. Like, what is he talking about? So who cares that? Well, obviously they care because they paying $250,000 to go. And I want to know, since he said, I want somebody to verify this information. Well, Lord, I'm so pressed for the family. But okay, but can we verify? Because he said they did 5 voyages, 10 dives, 5 day, 10 dives, right? And this their second year. Okay, so that means if 5 people can go on each dive, how many? Okay. Let's say, okay, at least they done took 50 people at least, right? I need 50 people to come to, I don't know, whatever outlet you want, however you want to do it. You can send it through email. You can go to the news. You can go to your social media. You can let your family members put it out. But I need 50 people, or just show me 20 people that went on this Ocean Gate last year and made it back, because these numbers not adding up. He said they took all these trips. Okay. The Titanic looks nothing like the Titanic now. And it's not, who cares what it's going to look like
Titanic is the reason we go there, because people are willing to fund this kind of exploration and science, and that gives a completely different research component that almost nowhere else in the deep ocean can you get funding to go back every year for decades and see how coral reefs develop and see how metals decay and see how currents change. I mean, that just, you can't justify that. No government will pay for that. Nobody wants to go back to just some old reef, but people do want to go back to the Titanic. And that's why we go, is because people want to go.
Well, prayers to the family, but he talking about the reason that they go because people want to go. Well, it don't seem like people gonna be going now, not for decades, until they get it regulated. And first of all, normal people don't have $250,000 to just go pay to go to the Titanic. So, okay, y'all. Good luck. I hope people start thinking about the things that they do, the things that they put their families through, the things that they put themselves through. Like I said, I can only imagine, like, we were not there, so we don't know what was going through their head when they realized they were not coming back up to the surface. And, you know, we've been having hope since Sunday that these people are going to be found. I already knew that they were not going to be found alive. No, I didn't want to say that all those days ago, because yes, you want to have faith, but it's like, it was too many red flags. In this next video, we finna see. Not trying to bash the company or nothing, but this is just what they said about the company.
To be younger, to be inspirational, and I'm not going to inspire a 16-year-old to go pursue marine technology.
Get woke, go broke has been thrown around a lot lately, but is it actually possible that wokeness was one of the main reasons that OceanGate's Titan sub went missing while trying to explore the Titanic? Because what the OceanGate CEO is basically saying here is, he found diversity more important than experience. And really the only rationale he provided was, he wants to be inspirational, which is now making people look at the firing of an engineer in 2018, who apparently was an old white guy. So TechCrunch reports that he was fired after writing a quality control report, stating the Titan's forward viewport would only certify them going down 1,300 meters. But apparently they refused to pay for a viewport that could make it to 4,000 meters so they could safely explore the Titanic. So he refused to authorize any manned tests for the Titan. So he was fired and escorted from the building. But in
Wait a minute. Okay, so we finna rewind that back. I'm gonna slow it down. So basically, this man basically said that they should not go no further than 1,300 meters. 1,300 meters, not 4,000 meters. And they didn't want to foot the money in order to make sure that he could go 4,000 meters, yet they paying $1 million in gas. $1 million in gas. But, you know, let's rewind it. I'm going to cut it down a little bit so I can kind of talk to y'all while it's on. Cut y'all phones up or devices up. I'm finna rewind it.
Actually possible that wokeness was one of the main reasons that OceanGate's Titan sub went missing while trying to explore the Titanic. Because what the OceanGate CEO is basically saying here is, he found diversity more important than experience.
Okay, so that right there was a red flag. So the founder felt that being diverse was more important than actually having experience. So, okay, so I'm gonna put me in it. He felt like me being a black mom of 6 is diverse to taking me down to see the Titanic versus somebody actually being able to swim, because I can't swim, in case he had to, you know, be able to swim out of the device. So y'all, that right there was a red flag. So he not even caring about experience. because that man, I cannot remember his name, but though obviously he was a Russian that's been to the Titanic over 30 plus times successfully with the Russians. He didn't have experience. I mean, as far as like he knew what to do if the submarine was going to implode. He just had experience as being an adventurer, wasting money to go risk his life and his family. Y'all, this is unfortunate. But so he didn't care about experience. And then it seems like the vessel was only supposed to be going 1,300 meters, not 4,000 meters, but they want to be big bad and play God and go over and fire the man that wouldn't clear it to go there. You know what? See, that's what they mean by when they say people with money can get away with doing stuff and get around regulations. Because a broke person, a poor person is not going to be able to, like, you can build the entrapment, I'm going to say, but you're not going to get away with getting it in the water without the Coast Guard stopping you. See, with people with money, okay, they can build the device, but obviously it wasn't a good device. But they can build the device still, but then they get approval, even though it's not regulated, but they still get approval to go take it in the middle of the ocean and go down 4,000 meters deep, 13,000 feet, because they got money. Because like I said, if me a poor person, you know, I'm an engineer, I built this device that can take me, I'm not getting it in the water without the Coast Guard being right there with a submarine underwater to get me. Like, it's not making it. But okay, so they spending $1 million in gas, but want to spend $30 on a remote control to steer it, and throwing the remote control around, throwing it around like they are kids, and it has to control this ship that's gonna determine if you living or passing. And let's get into the video.
And really, the only rationale he provided was he wants to be inspirational, which is now making people look at the firing of an engineer in 2018, who apparently was an old white guy. So TechCrunch reports that he was fired after writing a quality control report stating the Titan's forward viewport would only certify them going down 1,300 meters. But apparently they refused to pay for a viewport that could make it to 4,000 meters so they could safely explore the Titanic. So he refused to authorize any manned tests of the Titan. So he was fired and escorted from the building. But in 2020, apparently the Titan's hull showed signs of cyclic fatigue. And the issues didn't stop there, as in 2022, a Mexican actor stated he went on the trip, where the battery suddenly drained 1 hour into a 4-hour trip, and their voyage also experienced communication issues. Now this operation just seems to be a huge mess, and you really hate to think, if the CEO was focused more on safety than he was of being inspirational, would these people be safely in their homes right now? Because affirmative action, like many social justice issues, seem great on the surface, but only when they're impacting something inconsequential. Now, hopping on a submarine, diving 3,800 feet into the ocean isn't very relatable, but needing emergency medical assistance is. And I'm 1,000,000% sure if you or one of your loved one's life was on the line, and you had the choice between the most skilled and experienced doctor or the most inspirational doctor, not one person would care if Netflix would do a movie about the doctor's life. They just want to make sure they get to live the rest of their life. Just like these airplane passengers in Boston.
Oh, we did.
I can guarantee nobody on that airplane saw that and thought, that's okay, as long as the pilot has an inspirational story, I'm sure the rest of this flight will be perfectly fine. And tragically, there's now 5 souls trapped inside this tiny capsule at the bottom of the ocean.
We know at this point.
Okay, yeah, I want to pause right there because I want to see, like, was that little bitty space the area that the 5 people sit in? And it seemed like that's it. Okay, because here we go. So this is where the 5 people. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? $250,000 to sit Indian style and go to the bottom of the ocean to see a rusted cruise ship. Y'all know I love travel and I'm a travel agent, but I ain't doing it. I don't want to see the ship that went under. That is unfortunate for those people. Hey, oh wow. Y'all, oh wow, this is sad. This is sad and a lesson for me. Y'all, I'm finna quit doing all these excursions, y'all. I gotta stop. After this video, we're gonna take a break and I'm gonna show y'all me on the submarine, just so y'all know I'm not joking.
Inside this tiny capsule at the bottom of the ocean.
We know at this point we're approximately about 41 hours.
41 hours left.
Yes. Surface search is now approximately 2 times the size of Connecticut, and the subsurface search is up to 2.5 miles deep, exponentially expanding the size of the search area. We also have to factor in the ever-changing weather conditions, currents, and sea states that expand the search area every hour. There's an enormous complexity associated with this case due to the location being so far offshore, and the coordination between multiple agencies and nations.
Now, the official Coast Guard Twitter account has posted stating they detected underwater noises in the search area, but unfortunately could not find the origin of the sound. Now, these are allegedly the sounds heard. But honestly, I don't believe that. They stated they detected these sounds from a P-3 aircraft, but this audio sounds like they have their ear pressed up against a ship. I just don't buy it, but sadly, I don't trust any of the fact checkers on any of this. Just look at these 2 articles on Snopes. I found both pages by the same writer on their website at the same time. One asks, was a sub using satellites from Elon Musk versus was a sub...
Hold on, because y'all know your girl conspiracy theories. If you ain't know, now you know. And I be looking for stuff like this. See, I be hating to say stuff like this, but it just makes you wonder. Let's see what these 2 articles say that's supposed to be different articles. Let's see what they say. Okay, so one say was the missing Titanic submersible using satellites from Elon Musk company. Okay. And the next one was the missing Titanic submersible relying on satellites from Elon Musk SpaceX to communicate. Okay. All right, let's keep going.
Relying on satellites from Elon Musk. The first article is confirmed true by Snopes. But the second article is unproven by Snopes. So somehow Snopes managed to have 2 articles written about the same story, and both are misleading. They're just trying to twist a trending story into confirming their spaceman bad narrative. Because yes, Starlink did confirm in June that OceanGate uses their services, but Twitter has to fact check the fact checkers, letting readers know that Starlink cannot be used underwater. And that doesn't stop social media accounts like Occupy Democrats from running stories that the Titanic submersible was relying on Starlink to provide communications, using that same tweet to try to crowdfund a alternative social media website, Tribal, which unlike the Titan submarine, apparently has a lot of maps. But good on Twitter for shutting down the Occupy Democrats post with facts, which brings me to this tinfoil hat theory being thrown around online. But I trust no one to confirm something as outlandish as the OceanGate submarine was eaten by killer whales. It sounds wild, but apparently they have been attacking ships.
A whale named Gladys off the coast of Spain has been teaching other whales to attack boats. And this morning we have new video of one of those attacks.
This morning, newly surfaced video of another orca whale attacking a boat, this time off the coast of Gibraltar.
And when looking around, I found they also attack ships in other parts of Europe, where even Google has several articles explaining the phenomenon. And the top videos are from a week ago, 3 weeks ago, a month ago, and last year. So I don't want to go too off the deep end when these 5 people are likely gone or still suffering, but it just goes to show how much the corporate dinosaur media has ruined their credibility in the last few years. Because even if the submarine disappearance was a result of evil Elon Musk or his top colonel, Climate Chang, every news media outlet would be blasting that angle nonstop. But if the submarine disappearance was the result of diversity, equity, and inclusion, apparently they still try to blast Elon Musk. So if you appreciate my concise, lighthearted commentary on what...
Yeah. Okay, y'all. Wow, that's crazy. So basically they're trying to say Elon Musk satellites stopped working when they went underwater. Y'all, these satellites can't even work. Welcome back. I'm just being me. But y'all know I am a conspiracy theorist, and I'm, it's crazy that it was 3 billionaires on board. And one of them son on board kind of make you think of the movie, I'm a movie girl. The movie Richie Rich, where the dad hired someone to hold on, y'all. The dad hired someone to I don't know, to help with his estate or help with something. You know, that movie came out in 1990 with Macaulay Culkin. It's called Richie Rich. And, you know, he hired the man to help him, and the man realized, you know, that he was a billionaire, you know, so they were going to take a trip to see the Queen of England, and they planted a bomb. I want to say that word. They planted an explosion. I don't even want to say that word. I don't know what to say. They planted something to go boom on their plane with hopes of the billionaire being on there, the mom and the son, which was a kid. But the guy didn't know that right when they were finna get ready to take off, the mom decided to let the son stay home with the butler because, you know, he was feeling down. You know, he was a kid. He always was, you know, in the limelight, and they just wanted to let him be a kid finally. So he was not on the plane when the plane went boom. Yes, his parents made it out, you know, because the dad is, you know, he make all type of stuff. He a billionaire, but, you know, he know how to make stuff too. So, you know, and it was a movie, you know, so they made it back home or whatever, and they found out that the people was after their money and all that. But the point I'm trying to make, like, you never know. People, you know, be after, you know, stuff. We don't know what happens to those people. It could have been some killer whales, some killer sharks, some mammoth. A Megatron, a Megatron. Like, y'all, let me show you, man, I watch all kind of movies. Like, it's mega sharks out there. Did y'all see how small that little how small that submarine is? They could have been eaten alive by the big Meg. Like, we don't know if it's really not whales and sharks out there that's that big. It can be. That submarine was little. Did y'all see how little that was? I feel safer on the cruise ship. First of all, I'm not going down that deep, but let me get to my video. Hold on.
Talk your shit, believe my family out and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head. I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that. You acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist.
Okay, y'all, while I find this, let me cut up the music. Get us hype, you know, get us hype. Talk your shit, believe my family out and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head. I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that. You acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist, but you keep sneak dissing these women. Problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step
step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas figure out this in this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Nah, this shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Trying to figure out this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis, really acting like a bitch. We could talk it out, but I can't understand him with the lisp. Not to mention he be dressed enough for views, he wearing wigs. Not to mention nigga 27, out here scamming kids. Foreign coupe, I love to walk around it capping, so let's talk about it. Laughing but nobody smiling, too old to be acting childish. He didn't want the smoke, brought up my mama, so bro now you got it. If you know what's best, then close your mouth and keep my mama out it. Now I'm making noise, piss me off and now I'm too annoyed. Nigga play with toys, he play with them and fuck with little boys. I can't just ignore it, water deep just like we finding Dory. I don't have a choice, the war is coming, hope you ready for it. Double cup I'm sipping, you can talk your shit but leave my family out and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head, I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that, you acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist, but you keep sneak dissing these women. Problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas figure out this fitness problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Nah, this shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Trying to figure out this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis.
Okay, y'all. So here's my pictures. Let me make sure I don't want to be showing too much. Okay, so this was when I was in Barbados, y'all. Check me out with the gray hair. It was a wig, of course. And this was Rihanna's house, y'all. Right here on this street. I think it's that one. Let's see. Yeah, that green one. So, okay, yes, y'all. This was in Barbados. Right there, y'all. This green or the blue one. One of these three was Rihanna's house. One of the three. I have to look it up. But I think it was this one right here on the corner. I can't remember. So this was me, welcome to Atlantic Submarines. Like I told y'all, I was pregnant. Nobody, like the kids, I don't even know if the kids knew I was pregnant. Yeah, I don't know if I had told anyone. No, this is not when I found out I had made a post like I had found out I was pregnant on the ship because I did get sick on the ship or whatever. But I kind of already knew, but it was confirmed on the ship, y'all, that I was with child. And Jalea is now 4 years old. She will be 5. But yes, y'all. So this is the Atlantis thing. And this is the history of the submersible, and I'm holding it in my hand. So 1560, they made the first, the diving bell. 1715, John Lethbridge made the diving machine. Then in 1929, Dr. William Beebe's bath spear, steel spear. He made a steel spear only 4 feet 9 inches in diameter. Then in 1964, Alvin, one of the world's famous submersibles, was made, and it took part in the search for the Titanic. So see, they've been in search for the Titanic since 1964, and they still in search for the Titanic and losing lives. I wonder if anybody lost their lives on this one. Then in 1983, Dennis Hurd and a group of investors drew up plans for Atlantis 1, the world's first public passenger submarine. And this is one of the versions that I was on, y'all, pregnant with my daughter. Then in 1987, operations were launched in Barbados, featuring the 28-passenger Atlantis 2 submarine, y'all. So I found out the history on the submarine, but just because I found out the history, I didn't find out were all the dives successful. Have y'all had any problems before? None of that. I just wanted to get on this submarine. Okay, so this is telling you about the adventure, of the submarine. No, we ain't gonna be able to just. Oh, well, we can read it. It's zooming in, right? They had the Atlantis 48 passenger submarine. I think the one we was on, was it a 48 passenger? I think it was this one. Yeah, it was this one. This is the one that I was on, y'all. So it say notice as you continue to see the color, like the different colors. So we were 100 feet, y'all. Okay. So we weren't as far as deep as I thought. But we was down. We were deep, and y'all gonna see in a minute when y'all see the fish and the shipwreck. Like, come on, now, if it can be a ship at the bottom of where I was at the bottom of somewhere. Okay, as a non-swimmer, I'm just putting that out there. It's me all happy, y'all. To get on the submersible. Why is my this is me on the boat that's taking us out there. So we seeing cruise ships and stuff.
We can bring this up. The surface in about 30 seconds, 3 minutes. So we'll let that work very long. Does anyone have any questions about the safety equipment? About 30 seconds and 33 minutes. Well, just in case there's any of you that's worried after seeing the mask, but I can just reassure you, we've been diving here for over 30 years and we've done over 16,000 dives on the submarine you're going on today, and we've never had to use any of the safety equipment. We test it, we replace it, so none of it is actually 30 years old. Now on to our boarding procedure. You guys should do this the easy way or the more fun way today.
The easy way.
Do I have any for the fun way? Alright, I have a couple more for the fun way. If we're doing the fun way, I'll give 2 volunteers.
Damn, no.
You don't have to stand in your volunteer and stay in your seats. Oh, I think we have like 4 volunteers, even better. Well, since you have we get to the dive site, we'll type this vessel right outside the submarine, and we'll put the gangway here in the middle all to the deck of the sub. So then we'll put the guys up the gangway, and it's very, very important that you stand behind the yellow line that is in the center, because the gangway will swing from side to side, and you do not want your feet to get trapped underneath it. So when they call your calls, just hand over your boarding passes, step onto the gangway from the front, please don't step beside it, and just make your cross. Once the deck yourself, you will be directed towards a hatch. of the hottest times we've let go of a lot of them. So if you guys came in a group or you wish to sit next to a particular person, please exit the hottest either directly in front of or behind the person you wish to sit next to. Because space inside the submarine will be given such can bring the
I can't believe y'all I did that. I am adventurous, but come on now, I can't swim, can't breathe underwater. And okay, y'all. So this is us about to see the submarine come up out the water.
That you guys actually do go underwater, and we're not just showing a video. And remember to get those photos and videos as quick as possible. As soon as we start moving, we'll need you guys to return to your seats, as it will get a bit bumpy.
Okay, y'all, that's the submarine that I'm about to get on right there, y'all. Y'all saw it coming up out the water. I knew you didn't mean to put that comment about the bleeding. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see that submarine? Okay, let me get back to it so y'all can see it. That right there, that's it. That's the submarine that I'm about to get on right there. Okay, y'all. So now, okay, you can get a better picture of it right there. Okay, so here it came up finally, came to us. Yeah, I was, and you see right there, you see I'm in Barbados. You see it, Bridgeton, Barbados. Told y'all. Put it back in there. This right here is the pilot. This is my business partner. She's Puerto Rican. She helps me with our Spanish speaking business partners. Love her to death. We travel together a lot. And this is the one that I was actually in the underwater underground cave, y'all, where I almost drowned it. This is the one I was with. I was with her. Okay, so here we go. See her right here. This is who I was with, y'all. Like, yeah. Yes, the only submarine I've been on was at SeaWorld when my children were younger. Did y'all actually go under though? Or like, you know? Okay, so let me show y'all. Okay. Okay, y'all. So this is some of the reef combers that we were gonna see. No, I don't need you to open it.
I'm not opening it outside.
These are some of the fish that they were saying, you know, we could hope to see. Some turtles, you know, some hawk-bill turtles, some spot fins, some Spanish hogfish, you know. See, like, look at all these different kind of creatures. So imagine what else is in the water. Like, come on now, use your sense, y'all. Oh, she said it was one of the rides. Oh, I'm tripping, and I'm on the real submarine, and she was on the submarine ride. Okay, y'all. So here we go. You know, this is the video where you see me.
023 heading.
Roger, 141 feet of water just coming off the north wall of the South Reef. North to 355, so over the B, you are here to open your vents and dive.
What's my depth again?
241.
141, roger that. 93, good Boris.
3.
2s and 5s.
4s are open.
Roger, 2s and 5s.
2s and 5s.
1s and 6s.
All vents at 4, 3.
Roger, 4, 3.
Hold on, y'all. I want to pause there real quick now. You know, like I said, we didn't go nowhere near as deep as they went in Ocean Gate or were trying to go. But one thing I can say is this submarine was much bigger, spacious, and I see a lot more buttons. I don't see a Logitech controller. But okay. Let's keep going.
Next to the wash. Well, to be blunt, Armin engaged the vertical thrusters.
Armin engaging.
The vertical is line 15. Dive.
Ooga, ooga, ooga.
I'm thrilled.
I'm thrilled.
I'm still.
I'm still.
Three-quarter sail.
Three-quarter adjusted.
Let me know.
Roger.
North, west, slowly.
Roger.
Thunder, going up your mark. Don't forget to look out for those mermaids. Have a wonderful trip on that S15.
Better catch your schedule salad. I have all the mermaids on board already. See ya.
All right, see ya.
As y'all can see, they preparing the moves. Like, they making sure everything.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how's that, sir?
See, we left on purpose. I didn't even know we was down. We still going down now, see?
So the safety equipment that was demonstrated on board the Ocean class, you can find it in those white bins right in front of your knees. So we kindly ask if you have anything heavy on them at this time that you remove them, or in the very unlikely event of an emergency, those bins will only be opened by the pulling of some levers back here by me, and anything heavy on them may stop for individual bins to be opening. Now I know all through the tour you'll be taking lots of photos. So what I advise is when taking photos of the outside of the viewport is that you turn the flash on your cameras off. Now I advise this because our viewports are made of a very thick acrylic. So if you leave the flash on while taking photos of the outside, that light may be reflected into your pictures or ruin your images. On the inside of the cabin, however, feel free to use your flash as you like. So the easiest way to remember it is do not flash the fish, but feel free to flash each other. Now all throughout the tour, I'll be using two nautical terms, port and starboard. So if you look towards the pilot and you're sitting on his right, you're on the starboard side. And if you're sitting on his left, you're on the port side. So starboard side, can we see some hands? See, it's one of those things from both sides. The port side, can you see some hands? We have 5 people on board. The rest of us have no idea where we are.
Right.
Well, that is quite all right. Now, there are 2 depth gauges on board for your viewing pleasure. There's one up by the pilot, and there's another one back here by me. And those will give the depth of the submersible 8 feet.
Adjusted. We have time by major event tonight on the 023.
What is this?
Anybody seeing it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was hoping you guys didn't miss it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Titanic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Don't let this shit go over your head. I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that. You acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist, but you keep sneak dissing me.
What is this?
Anybody seeing it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was hoping you guys didn't miss it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Titanic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Just kidding. This is actually known as the Lord Willoughby. And it's named after Lord Francis Willoughby, who was once the governor of the island of Barbados during the colonial era. Now, the Lord Willoughby used to be a freshwater carrying barge. And those freshwater barges used to take water and other supplies out to the larger ships docked off the coast of our island. But when we got our deep water harbor, those bigger ships can now come straight up to our coastline and be resupplied. So these barges became pretty much useless. So the government donated the Willoughby to some recreational divers. And those divers had the brilliant idea of sinking the Willoughby in 1974. Now, it is a good idea to sink objects like this, like ships and cars, objects with firm surfaces. And that is because those firm surfaces tend to encourage corals to grow. And the coral has begun its growth on the Willoughby, but as you'll soon see, it's not as developed as you'll find on the reef. And that is because those regular corals grow at the whopping rate of about 1 millimeter per year. So in about another 1,000 years, the Willoughby should be completely covered in coral, forming an artificial reef. And in case you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you are now in luck, because we are now taking advanced bookings for that tour in another 1,000 years. You must pay in cash and pay me. And when those 1,000 years have passed, we will be operating with a full skeleton crew. So now we are venturing on top of the reef.
What is this?
Anybody seeing it?
Yeah.
Shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Trying to figure out this problem that these niggas got. All of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis, really acting like a bitch. We could talk it out, but I can't understand him with the lisp. Not to mention he be dressing up for views, he wearing wigs. Not to mention nigga 27 got his seven kids. For a coupe, I love the so let's talk about it. Thought I was misogynist, but you keep sneak dissing these women. Problem that these niggas got. All of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas figure out this finna squash them. That these niggas got. All of a sudden bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking, going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping this shit, I pull up in the verse. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. I cannot think of nothing I would rather be doing than getting money, sleeping. You cannot tell me nothing, you ain't seen what I seen. You ain't got no reason to be reaching. I ain't got shit to prove, but there's plenty to learn. So for my youngins, I'm teaching. I'm all about the choice, but she don't need abortion cause she not leaving any semen. I'm the euphoria, take a vacation to Florida. Blue 100 bills, I need more of them. Searching for love, told the bitch door explore. Then cuts my little heart to stay frozen, feeling this cup. Don't stop, just keep coming pouring and sip on this bitch to the morning. Don't give a fuck, told her to stop with the sucking, bro. It's been an hour, you boring me. Taking these trips, take off the top in Orlando. Next time we headed to Panama, loving my elders. Top is missing in the Jag, enjoying the bitch. Different song, bro. Speaking of season. If I said it, I most definitely mean it. My heart is thawing out, I'm anemic. Get rid of cold feet, Tempur-Pedic. I could beat Michael the way that I beat it. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking, going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping this shit, I pull up in the verse. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking, going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping this shit, I pull up in the verse. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. But I'm not chasing. If he dumb shit, then we racing. This bitch drier than a raisin. Any ID, don't trust faces. Nigga rushing, but I'm pacing. On my dick, how while you glazing. Sipping on this double cup.
Smile, Look at him. I'll wait.
This shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Trying to figure out this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis, really acting like a bitch. We could talk it out, but I can't understand him with the lips. Not to mention he be dressing up for views, he wearing wigs. Not to mention nigga 27, out here scamming kids. Foreign coupe, I love to walk around it capping, so let's talk about it. Laughing, but nobody smiling. Too old to be acting childish. He didn't want the smoke, brought up my mama, so bro, now you got it. If you know what's best, then close your mouth and keep my mama out it. Now I'm making noise, piss me off, and now I'm too annoyed. Nigga play with toys, he play with them and fuck with little boys. I can't just ignore it. Water deep, just like we finding Dory. I don't have a choice, the war is coming. Hope you ready for it. Double cup, I'm sipping. You can talk your shit, but leave my family out, and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head. I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that. You acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist, but you keep sneak dissing these women.
Hello, how are you doing? My guess. Waiting on Ruth to come back. Had an amazing time in Antigua. I went to 3 different beaches. My taxi driver Akil was awesome. He took pictures of me. Took me to 3 different beaches for free. I didn't even have to pay him. Right? It was awesome. I love the travel life. I love the travel agent. I'm ready to show you how you can do it. Little goodies.
This shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Trying to figure out this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis, really acting like a bitch. We could talk it out, but I can't understand him with the lips. Not to mention he be dressing up for views, he wearing wigs. Not to mention 27, out here scamming kids. Foreign coupe, I love to walk around it. Capping, so let's talk about it. Laughing, but nobody smiling. Too old to be acting childish. He didn't want the smoke, brought up my mama, so bro, now you got it. If you know what's best, then close your mouth and keep my mama out it. Now I'm making noise, piss me off, and now I'm too annoyed. Nigga play with toys, he play with them and fuck with little boys. I can't just ignore it. Water deep, just like we finding Dory. I don't have a choice, the war is coming, hope you ready for it. Double cup, I'm sipping. You can talk your shit, but leave my family out and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head, I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that, you acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist, but you keep sneak dissing these women. Problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important to you, put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas figure out this fitness problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important to you, put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level, cause you at the bottom, this really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Mama, who I do it for? Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl, don't pull up on me lest I say it, you a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it, I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches, if she basic, gotta tell her no. She say I'm different from other niggas, oh I didn't know. He a little dog, I'm a big one, can't play both sides, better pick one. Like what shawty on, she a little one. Got 2 semis, now I need a big gun. Watch your bitch hurt, she a slick when you ain't hit that nigga been done. I don't argue with these bitches, cut them off and swap them out. You can have that bitch back when I finish, I'ma kick her out. Fame comes with the money, I just wanna stack, forget the clout. I'm not tryna hit, I told her she came over for a mouth. When she with me, she be talking bad about you, but I got you. I won't get her pregnant, so I use a condom, so no problem. Niggas flexing on the ground, but at the bottom, I'm too hot for anything she gotta say. I blow her back and blow her mind up. Them checks flowing and I keep the money moving like a goblin. My bitch bring me peace, she know that if I'm talking, then it's silence. Throw it in the air and leave it there. It's something like a pilot. He can rap, but he be capping. You should ask him why he lying. Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl, don't pull up on me lest I say it, you a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it, I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches, if she basic, gotta tell her no. But if she bet she gotta come here, she gon' have some fun here. Nigga, who the fuck you think you run here? Don't forget my gun here. Niggas lying saying that they from here, they not really from here. Niggas fell off, they was hot for 1 year, guess them niggas done here. Uncle gone and it'll never be the same, but fuck the rain. I can hide it, but I'm hurting from the pain, I'm switching lanes. I was in the mood until I broke my chain, that bitch is plain. Clutching every shot I put, a buzzer beater like I'm Dane. Weed is black and purple raven, ain't no whole word for the saving. On the face I like the paint, it fuck a better, I'm just saying. On every channel try and change it, you don't like me cause you hate it. Will not feel you gon' be waiting. I like your friend, she a replacement. Swap them out, they trading places. I like foreigns in my races. Throwing bait but I'm not chasing. If he downshift then we racing. This bitch drier than a raisin. I need ID, don't trust faces. Nigga rushing but I'm pacing. On my dick, who I glazing for? Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl, don't pull up on me lest I say it, you a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it, I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches, if she basic, gotta tell her no. Sipping on this double cup while smoking in my studio. Girl, don't pull up on me lest I say it, you a goofy hoe. Tryna sweet talk a nigga, she want it, I ain't moving though. No offense to bitches, if she basic, gotta tell her no.
Turn me up, slime.
Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She wait on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the version. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get to tweaking. I cannot think of nothing I would rather be doing than getting money. Sleeping, you cannot tell me nothing. You ain't seen what I seen, you ain't got no reason to be reaching. I ain't got shit to prove, but there's plenty to learn. So for my youngins, I'm teaching. I'm all about the choice, but she don't need abortion cause she not leaving any semen. I'm the euphoria, take a vacation to Florida. Blue 100 bills, I need more of them. Searching for love, told the bitch Dora explore them. Cause my little heart is stay frozen, filling this cup. Don't stop, just keep coming pouring. This different song, bro. Speaking of Uzi, need to go buy a new semi, cause a nigga money longer, yeah. She thought the stick was a boner, yeah. Can't get me the nut, I'm a stoner, yeah. Main bitch want me to come home, yeah. Told her leave me alone, yeah. If I see your bitch, she a goner, yeah. Could get rich without my diploma, yeah. Only 19 like Corona. I sat behind the gang when they wronger. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the virtual. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get the tweaking. Mean little nigga, when I shoot this green little nigga. Got your bitch number and left on scene, little nigga. Shit for the team, little nigga. You see a pimp, I walk with a lean, my nigga. From catching my jeans, little nigga. These niggas hooked to me, I'm a Kareem, little nigga. Hit you in your spleen, little nigga. Whipping this shit because I got the recipe. Don't talk money, then it ain't no checking me. When the bitch basic, she cannot be next to me. I gotta be seen with a treasury. Got all the answers, ain't no fucking testing me. You tried it, now gotta accept the fee. She wanna bet, I like it when she begging me. I told her feelings irrelevant. Pop out a red and white Jordans, peppermint. Gotta be direct when I test a bitch. She like a rough, like we on that Russell shit. Never say never, but a nigga never miss. All in the mouth, only thing I tell a bitch, I take a seat. Still can't get ahead of me, leaving rubber on the ground, how I'm revving it. I ain't worried about a nigga, I'm better than. But you niggas best look out for this demon. Wallet heavy, that explain why I'm leaning. Both bitches flirting, they double teaming. Summer hoes, it's a wonderful season. If I said it, I most definitely mean it. My heart is thawing out, I'm anemic. Give it the cold feet, Tempur-Pedic. I could be Michael the way that I beat it. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the virtual. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get the tweaking. Invited my bitch over for the weekend. We started smoking and she started choking. Going stupid while she geeking. She went on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday. Thursday, Friday, then the weekend. Ain't stopping the shit, I pull up in the virtual. Yo, hating ass, I ain't leasing. Then all the baddies get the tweaking.
Which song you need, Ronna? Which one you need? I got some more for you. I got some more hits for you. So far, the hits we've heard, and my son named these songs, not me, so don't blame me. The first song you heard was called KB. The second song was called Winter. The third song is called Weekend. So, those are the name of the songs. All three of my son. And okay, we got this next song. It is called Overload. And he got it like labeled twice. So I'm gonna say it's called Overload or Number One Draft Pick. One of the two. So tell me what y'all think about this. And Ronald, let me know which song you're talking about. I named all three of them in order. BK. I'm gonna say BK. But my son named it. It's reversed. Winter and then Weekend. And I asked him why did he name the first song that. He said it was because that person was because they is the reason that they was coming for me. So hey, and here's what it is. So no beef though. No beef. No beef. Just a little diss track.
I want a honey bun.
Okay. This one is called Overload.
What is it?
First round pick, I'm my number one. Popping my shit like it's bubblegum. How many came in this clip? It's a lot of them. Nigga messy like they working for the cops or something. You see a track star, how I'm running shit. Trying to run me, can't run this bitch. Snatch wood, who chain, run it down real quick. Nigga asked if I'm strapped, bitch, I'm clutching it. Better have life insurance, I'm the general. They all bad bitches, too bad I ain't feeling them. 1, 2, 3 bitches low when I'm pinning them. Catching at a 2 with the clips while I'm feeling them. Got the haters mad cause they screw how I'm drilling them. Hit them with a 2-piece combo, finish them. Try to cut my pockets, niggas better stop it. Reaching my back, slap his ass with a Benjamin. In that 2-door coupe, and it start with a G. Bombing, knows you wasting time, nigga. I got somewhere to be. Niggas follow in my footsteps. I'm a coach, so take a knee. Step out of bounds, this stick go sideways, nigga. Guess I'm playing weak. Ride the beat like I'm surfing. I need money, bitch, it's urgent. Don't need hoes because they worthless. Stole your hoe with one on purpose. Any flow got many verses. Buy your purseless, it's my mama. That's a statement, fuck a comma. Presidential flow, Obama. Doing good, I could could be better. Run over you cause you let her. Put no bitch before my cheddar. Mama do, she want a Tesla. Outsmart these niggas, I'm clever. Drift the whip, I keep her steady. To the top, I hope you ready. Fill her cheeks, now the bitch Sandy. Play with the wood like she Andy. Raw dog and psych, I'm not Randy. Won't put it on unless it's branded. Hope you niggas understand it. Piped her right, it made her drool. Mind your business is my rule. Can't get money by myself, but not alone. I brought my pick. I'm my number one. Popping my shit like it's bubblegum. How many came in this clip? It's a lot of them. Nigga miss it like they working for the Cubs or something. You see a track star, how I'm running shit. Tryna run me, can't run this bitch. Snatch what, who chain, run it down real quick. Nigga asked if I'm strapped, bitch, I'm clutching it. First round pick, I'm my number one. Popping my shit like it's bubblegum. How many came in this clip? It's a lot of them. Nigga miss it like they working for the Cubs or something. You see a track star, how I'm running shit. Tryna run me, can't run this bitch. Snatch what, who chain, run it down real quick. Nigga asked if I'm strapped, bitch, I'm clutching it.
What y'all think about that one? It's called, he got it labeled Overload, but then I see it again as John Doe. No. John Doe is a whole nother song. Y'all want to hear John Doe? Okay, here go John Doe.
Alright, we in this motherfucker on me. Never in the condo, Bejo riding through the city. Who am I? I'm John Doe. My name is not to be mentioned. All these fucking time zones, new money been hitting different. Never play by mine, bro. I retaliate with revenge. Stack a couple K, doing great. He cannot relate because I'm Simon. She do what I say. Stay with us and late. I was raised off that Section 8. All my classes late. I done flipped the script and ran it up. She wanna drop a tape. Switch lanes like it's stolen. No narcotics. We not sipping bourbon. Ghost ride the whip. She work a magic. Grab the wheel. I'm swerving. Bitches plain and boring. Straight ignore. Take off in the foreign. Gas the whip. We in the air like Jordan. Cotton mouth with porn. 6 day on my hip. That's real important. Like I'm law enforcement. Money is the purpose. Curving bitches face to face. She nervous. All these hoes are worthless. Bro gon' use it. Give nigga a jersey. Thought that I would cut, but she a hoe. Heard it from a birdie. Never in the condo. Bejo riding through the city. Who am I? I'm John Doe. My name is not to be mentioned. All these fucking time zones. New money been hitting different. Never play by mine, bro. I retaliate with revenge with these new people that I'm meeting daily. CEOs and agents. I'm just waiting. I take their advice and mix it in with patience. Bitch, a doctor. Let me be your patient. Ain't no hope for saving. Bitch, act like a lady. Pockets lazy. Slide up pussy chasing. Go exotic places. Mansions, louder spaces. All the thrill. Man, I'm so for real. Penthouse in the Ville. I'ma chill before I spaz for real. Paying all these bills. Plenty money still. Different color bills. If you cost me, spin back for the kill. Hard for me to trust her if she ain't my mother. Bitch a freak. Said she wanted raw, but she got a rubber. Member trenches in the stolen cars. Never got in trouble. Passion for the hustle. Throw dirt on my name. You need a couple shovels. Guess I'm setting trends. All my bitches say I'm mean. Different color bills. Mixing my blue strips in with the green. Nigga wanna play. Gave his ass a hook like I'm Kareem. 3 cars in a row. And I bought him cash at 17. Never in the condo. Bejo riding through the city. Who am I? I'm John Doe. My name is not to be mentioned. All these fucking time zones. New money been hitting different. Never play by mine, bro. I retaliate with revenge. Never in the condo. Bejo riding through the city. Who am I? I'm John Doe. My name is not to be mentioned. All these fucking time zones. New money been hitting different. Never play by mine, bro. I retaliate with revenge.
I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because it's my son, but he's never rapped before, and he writes 1, 2, 3 songs every day. It seemed like, y'all. He called right before I started this live. That's why y'all couldn't hear me. I was on mute. He called, invited us over to his apartment tomorrow. We gonna swim and all that type of stuff, and he wanted to let me hear 2 more songs that he got. So I'm ready for y'all. Okay, y'all. Well, I'm probably gonna get out of here in a minute, but I mean, I'm jamming with y'all. If y'all jamming, I understand if somebody else live, y'all want to go, watch them. But thank y'all for, jamming with me and also coming and doing a reaction review of the 5 people that have unfortunately lost their lives on the Ocean Gate, going to explore the Titanic, and also seeing me go underwater on the submarine as well. because it was an experience, and would I do it again? I don't know, y'all. Even though I did have 4 children then and was pregnant with one, I sure didn't care. Well, I'm not gonna say I didn't care, but I don't know, y'all. I wasn't scared. I wasn't scared, but yeah. While we jamming to the music, I'll let the video of me on the submarine play. For those that's tuning in, this is me pregnant on the submarine.
Do we have some more? Do we have some more? Do we have some more honey buns?
No, we can get some. Okay. Okay, y'all. This song is called Demon Time. If I'm not mistaken, my nephew is on here with my son.
I ain't playing with you. Shit. I ain't playing with you, you not pushing P. You know broski, he be spraying niggas, let it drop from deep. She feel you, but I'm just saying, nigga, yo bitch fuck with me. She texting you while she was laying with you. Ain't me personally, I wouldn't take that disrespect. Talking wild like you that nigga, introduce him to a tech. You upgraded, got a vest, we just gon' aim for your neck, cause we BEST the best. Get the money, nigga, check, reach for my chain, get taught a lesson. Hey, fuck luck is blessing. You don't know I'm messing with your bitch. Where she at? You better get to texting. She on my tip. You too late. Now her lips is resting on my dick. Why you say you did and you ain't do it? These back shots, they sound like music. Grab my wood, I told her screw it. And like Nike, she just do it. You got motion in the ocean. Madagascar, how I move it. I'm too real, I never lie. Yeah, these hoes, they call it ruthless. People stupid. I'm just really me. Real nigga activity. These niggas be my mini-me's, speeding through the clouds. No, we passing that infinity. All my gang is fam, cause new niggas, they be killing me. And the bitches love me, guess I be matching they energy. Know me, but ain't heard of you. New crew came in curry blue, topless like the whip. Yeah, these bitches my convertibles. Whipping in the kitchen, what's for dinner, bitch, we serving you. Hoes be on my dick, and you mad because they curving you. Been fucking with green, now I'm adding on the color blue. Andrew Jackson, Benjamin Franklin, who I be talking to. Money can't buy happiness, my nigga, it bought me a coupe. 4 cars in the making, but you say you on my level, fool. How you getting worse? Think you better off rewinding, dude. Minute Maid and Tropicana, Drake said that shit the juice. Mixed with some blunts of exotic, give a nigga boost. Always pop it off, I'm never scared to bust a fucking move. I ain't playing with you, you not pushing P. You know broski, he be spraying niggas, let it drop from deep. She for you, but I'm just saying, nigga, yo bitch fuck with me. She texting you while she was laying with me. Me personally, it wouldn't work for me. Customize the stick at hole 15. Now I need a beam. Let it flash, blicky, photogenic, but it's never seen. You don't want that pistol play, I got a right hook like Kareem. She just going with no hands, bitch, ain't no breathing. I had like 3 bitches this weekend. Drop the top so you can see me. Doing 100, nigga geeking. Didn't believe me, auntie steaming. She just mad her oldest leaving. I can't chill already freezing. Car so fast it changed the season. On my dick, but what's the reason? You be mad a nigga chillin', gas off the lot, too much power, tires spinning. Yeah, we know you petty, only difference, nigga winning. Know my blessings coming, but I pray, cause I be sinning. Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Oh, I did say I was gonna show y'all. Well, again, if you're just now tuning in, this is me on the submarine, on a submersible with the people who were found. Well, not found, but the people who were exploring the Titanic, they were on a submarine similar to this, only much smaller, and it could go to deeper depths, of course. But I just wanted to share this because it seemed, like a good idea at the time. I was happy to be doing it and to record it. But then when I'm thinking about it, like I could have lost my life and left my children here without a mother because I wanted to go explore the ocean. And my daughter that I was pregnant with, like she didn't know what was going on because she in my stomach. So it's like, this was in 2018, like when I did this. So like, and like I said, I can't swim. So the things that I end up doing, wait a minute. I was trying to show y'all when he was like, this the Titanic. Like, okay, I done seen the Titanic thing. Wait a minute, let me cut the volume up.
What is this?
Anybody seeing it?
Yeah.
Oh, good. It was so few days to miss it. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Titanic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Just kidding. This is actually known as the Lord Willoughby. And it's named after Lord Francis Willoughby, who was once the governor of the island of Barbados during the colonial era. Now, the Lord Willoughby used to be a freshwater carrying barge. And those freshwater barges used to take water and other supplies out to the larger ships docked off the coast of our island. But when we got our deep water harbor, those bigger ships can now come straight up to our coastline and be resupplied. So these barges became pretty much useless. So the government donated the Willoughby to some recreational divers. And those divers had the brilliant idea of sinking the Willoughby in 1974. Now, it is a good idea to sink objects like this, like ships and cars, objects with firm surfaces. And that is because those firm surfaces tend to encourage corals to grow. And the coral has begun its growth on the Willoughby, but as you'll soon see, it's not as developed as you'll find on the reef. And that is because those regular corals grow at the whopping rate of about 1 millimeter per year. So in about another 1,000 years, the Willoughby should be completely covered in coral, forming an artificial reef. And in case you're wondering, ladies and gentlemen, yes, you are now in luck because we are now taking advanced bookings for that tour in another 1,000 years. You must pay in cash and pay me. And when those 1,000 years have passed, we will be operating with a full skeleton crew.
Yes, y'all. He was making a joke talking about they taking future for 1,000 years. They taking future, basically like you could pay cash, and he was making a joke like kind of like an excursion, like what the people just took. Like we taking future investments for $100,000, and we're gonna be able to take y'all to the bottom of the ocean in 35 years. We're gonna have to freeze you and bring you back to life for you to, like, what? I don't know why this fish video wouldn't play. I wanted y'all to see the fish really moving. It won't play for some reason.
Mama.
Yes, sir. In case y'all wondering, this is ice skating on the cruise. Oh no, it's everything. You don't gotta go nowhere because it's everything that you need all in one. You got your place to sleep. You got all your food, all your drinks, your entertainment, your relaxation, everything for kids.
The third floor, Natalie, in Studio B.
It was amazing. I'm gonna show some of this to y'all. Hope they don't copyright it. It is my footage, but I mean it's their show. But I am speaking.
Ooh, yes, girl. All this in the cruise, girl. On the cruise ship.
Here's y'all on the cruise ship, y'all.
Told you.
Definitely missing out if you haven't been on a cruise before.
Oh, wow. Woo.
Okay, y'all. Yes, y'all. I just want to share that ice skating experience on the cruise ship. And I actually did ice skate on the cruise ship as well. I can't find those pictures, but I was actually on a cruise when I got off the cruise ship in Barbados to do that excursion, where I, went on the submersible, aka submarine, and to explore the ocean. So it's unfortunate what happened to those five, especially the 19-year-old. His life was cut short. I can only imagine, hopefully they, didn't, feel anything, but it's just sad, an unfortunate event. I'm trying to remember if it was one other short video that I had saved on my watch now before I completely end this video, because I would hate to end it and then be like, dang, I meant to show them this. So give me just a second. Yes, this one right here where the Coast Guard had pretty much announced that because of the debris that they officially was thinking that basically that they're no longer here with us.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Jerika Duncan. We're coming on the air with significant new information on the urgent and around-the-clock search for that missing submersible vessel in the Atlantic. I want to go straight to the news conference right now so we can get the latest information.
Thank you for joining us today and over the past few days. This afternoon, Rear Admiral John Mauger will be providing an update on the most recent findings from ROV operations in search of the Titan submersible. He will provide a brief statement and provide the opportunity for questions after. Please limit your questions to one per outlet. Following the briefing, the Joint Information Center staff and I will be here to help you with any of your further needs. May I now please introduce Rear Admiral John Mauger.
This morning, an ROV, or remote operated vehicle, from the vessel Horizon Arctic discovered the tail cone of the Titan submersible approximately 1,600 feet from the bow of the Titanic on the seafloor. The ROV subsequently found additional debris. In consultation with experts from within the Unified Command, the debris is consistent with the catastrophic loss of the pressure chamber. Upon this determination, we immediately notified the families. On behalf of the United States Coast Guard and the entire Unified Command, I offer my deepest condolences to the families. I can only imagine what this has been like for them, and I hope that this discovery provides some solace during this difficult time. Additionally, we've been in close contact with the British and French Consuls General to ensure that they are fully apprised and that their concerns are being addressed. The outpouring of support in this highly complex search operation has been robust and immensely appreciated. We are grateful for the rapid mobilization of experts on the undersea search and rescue, and we thank all of the agencies and personnel for their role in the response. We're also incredibly grateful for the full spectrum of international assistance that's been provided. The ROVs will remain on scene and continue to gather information. Again, our most heartfelt condolences go out to the loved ones of the crew. We'll now take questions. This was a incredibly complex case, and we're still working to develop the details for the timeline involved with this casualty and the response. And so we'll provide that information. So this is an incredibly complex operating environment on the seafloor, over 2 miles beneath the surface. And so the remote operating vehicle has been searching, and it is highly capable. And we've been able to classify parts of the pressure chamber for the Titan submersible. Let me refer to one of my undersea experts here, Mr. Paul Henkin, to talk about the nature of some of the debris.
Thank you, Admiral. So essentially, we found 5 different major pieces of debris that told us that it was the remains of the Titan. The initial thing we found was the nose cone, which was outside of the pressure hull. We then found a large debris field. Within that large debris field, we found the front end bell of the pressure hull. That was the first indication that there was a catastrophic event. Shortly thereafter, we found a second smaller debris field. Within that debris field, we found the other end of the pressure hull, the aft end bell, which was basically comprised of the totality of that pressure vessel. We continue to map the debris field, and as the Admiral said, we will do the best we can to fully map out what's down there.
Thanks, Paul. It's a very different question to ask. Families, of course. What are the prospects of recovering the body from this?
So the question was related. I'm restating the question from the standpoint of sometimes it's hard to hear the question here. What are the prospects for recovering crew members? And so this is a incredibly unforgiving environment down there on the seafloor, and the debris is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. And so we'll continue to work and continue to search the area down there, but I don't have an answer for prospects at this time.
Any suggestion at all that the sub itself collided with the wreckage of Titanic, or that instead it might have imploded above the wreckage and then rained down nearby?
So the question was, is there any question as to whether or not the sub collided with the Titanic, or whether it imploded above and debris field created from that? So the location of the Titan submersible was in an area that was approximately 1,600 feet from the wreck of the Titanic. I have an expert here that is familiar with that area and can talk about the debris field and what the debris field indicates in terms of where the casualty may have occurred.
Rear Admiral, really quickly, can you tell me when that massive tank will be called back?
Thank you, Admiral. So the question is, where does the wreck lie in relation to the Titanic? I didn't hear the Admiral's answer. I think 1,600 feet. Was that correct, Admiral? So that's off the bow of Titanic. It's in an area where there is not any debris of Titanic. It is a smooth bottom. To my knowledge and anything I've seen, there's no Titanic wreckage in that area. And again, 200 plus meters from the bow, and consistent with the location of last communication for an implosion in the water column. And the size of the debris field is consistent with that implosion in the water column.
In terms of the timing here, you say that this was a catastrophic implosion. I know it's early on, but is it your estimation that this happened right at the moment when they lost contact, an hour and 45 minutes after the descent?
So the question was about the timing of the catastrophic implosion. Right now, it is too early to tell with that. We know that as we've been prosecuting this search over the course of the last 72 hours and beyond, that we've had sonar buoys in the water nearly continuously and have not detected any catastrophic events when those sonar buoys have been in the water.
Now, can you describe what happens from here to the next days and weeks in terms of finding any more debris? What happens from here?
So we will. The question was, what happens from here? What's the next phase? And so right now, again, our thoughts are with the families and making sure that they have an understanding as best as we can provide of what happened and begin to find some closure. In terms of the large process, we're going to continue to investigate the site of the debris field. And then I know that there's also a lot of questions about how, why, and when did this happen? And so, those are questions that we will collect as much information as we can on now, while the governments are meeting and discussing, what an investigation of this nature of a casualty might look like. This is something that happened. I'll just remind everybody, this is something that happened in a remote portion of the ocean with people from, several different countries around the world. And so it is a complex case to work through, but I'm confident that those questions will begin to get answered.
Is there any suggestion that time factors, speed, anything could have prevented this at the stage on board, or this point
the question was there any suggestion that time factors may have played a role or consideration in the casualty here? And so the debris field is consistent with a catastrophic implosion of the vessel. Again, while we were prosecuting the search, we had listening devices in the water throughout and did not hear any signs of catastrophic failure from those. And so we're going to continue to investigate, or we're going to continue to document the information there and understand, based on all the information we have, the timeline.
And you were listening to a news conference there with Rear Admiral John Mauger with the U.S. Coast Guard, confirming that those 5 people on that submersible have perished, saying that it was, quote, a catastrophic implosion. Also mentioning that the why.
Okay, y'all. So yes, I want to share that last piece of video where basically the Coast Guard was basically saying that it was an implosion where it basically burst from the inside, from the outside in. So it went inside, kind of like, I guess it squoze them to death, pretty much is what they're saying. Hopefully, we'll get more information on it. It looks like the guy here, Paul Henry, was the Titanic expert who they said had seen the Titanic like over 30 plus times. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, how did he see the Titanic? And what made him decide to go this route instead of going the route where he saw it the 30 other times? Like, did he actually see it? Was it digital? Was it actually underground? This is the Ocean Gate CEO who actually founded this company. He perished. He said they spent $1 million in gas just to go down, and they really weren't even making any money yet, even though it cost $250,000 per passenger to explore this. And this is the 19-year-old, as well as his father, the Pakistani businessman, billionaire. And then this Hamish Harding is also a billionaire. So these three people, including the son, he can be a billionaire too if his dad were billionaires dead. And here's a man that was making no money yet on his excursions, and he also perished. So this is unfortunate. Not judging anyone that decides to do these things. I just want to just bring awareness to the things that it does to your loved ones that you leave behind, and myself included. When I did a submarine, no, it was nowhere near as deep as they were, but things still like this could happen. I hope y'all enjoyed this information, this review, this reaction. And if you like more information like this, or if you see some more other stories that you would like for me to bring to the audience, just let me know about it, or send me an email, inbox, and I'll look up the information and share it with the group. So y'all enjoy you guys' night. Have a great evening. I'm about to feed these kids and get them in bed and see what's going on TV and in these YouTube streets. So y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm gonna end y'all with another hit from my son, maybe two. And y'all enjoy your night. Make sure you hit the comments and leave a comment after the live is over. It helps me in the algorithm. Roll to 3,000 watch hours so I can be monetized. So make sure you share this video. Thank you guys.
They already know what it is.
Nah, this shit crazy. I don't mean this for real, but I mean, hey. Trying to figure out this problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Niggas finna hate this. Your brother 27 with a minor on some gay shit. On this nigga ass at first I wasn't gonna say shit. He couldn't get the hoes, I guess he had to make a lane switch. Acting like a sis, really acting like a bitch. We could talk it out, but I can't understand him with the list. Not to mention he be dressing up for views, he wearing wigs. Not to mention nigga 27, out here scamming kids. Foreign coupe, I love to walk around it capping, so let's talk about it. Laughing but nobody smiling, too old to be acting childish. He didn't want the smoke, brought up my mama, so bro now you got it. If you know what's best then close your mouth and keep my mama out it. Now I'm making noise, piss me off and now I'm too annoyed. Nigga play with toys, he play with them and fuck with little boys. I can't just ignore it, water deep just like we finding Dory. I don't have a choice, the war is coming, hope you ready for it. Double cup I'm sipping, you can talk your shit but leave my family out and I ain't tripping. Don't let this shit go over your head, I really hope you listen. I'm real fed up hearing this and that, you acting like a sissy. Thought I was misogynist but you keep sneak dissing these women. Problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas figure out this finna problem that these niggas got all of a sudden towards my mama. Wasn't too important till you put my family in drama. Now I gotta step down from my level cause you at the bottom. This really too easy. Niggas flies because I'm finna squash them. Yeah, G, we in this motherfucker, bro. Be ready for that. Talk my shit cause I can back it up. Glock 19 for them niggas when they acting up. And you know we get into the money, gotta stack it up. Switch to my car, touch your pen, wasn't fast enough. Shawty get me head, ain't bust till to wrap it up. Told the best friend that she gotta stop gassing. I can't suck dick, so I guess I gotta pass it. Switching my whole nigga living in chapters. What you call my little blaster. Actually, that bitch a Reagan. Can't be winning cause you hating. Flow got static, shock, I'm raiding. Slide game, bitch, call me Jason. You not me, I'll grab my cadence. Money, pesos, what I'm chasing. Smoke so much, feel like I'm lacing. Fuck bad bitches, only what my nigga, let me say this. Yeah, I like just what I like. Well, I guess that makes me racist. Man, why all these niggas pussy? Why the fuck they on that gay shit? I can never save a hope, but my enemies be saving. Foreign coupe, it came in blue. Now rap that bitch, Baltimore Raven. This bitch rubbing on my chest. I'm looking like the hoe was bathing. Petty and don't give a fuck. Run up, boy, I keep it tucked. Not wearing green, you out of luck. She sucking dick, she gagging up. If you not gang, not clicking up. She tapping, this not giving up like Giannis. Just stay with the Bucks. I'm locked up and just wanna fuck. Call him Chucky, boy, a puppet, no strings. Talking like you got motion, you know your phone get no dings. Talk my shit cause I can back it up. Glock 19 for them niggas when they acting up. And you know we get into the money, gotta stack it up. Switch to my car, touch your pen, wasn't fast enough. Shawty get me head, ain't bust till to wrap it up. Told the best friend that she gotta stop gassing. I can't suck dick, so I guess I gotta pass it. Switching my whole nigga living in chapters. What you call my little blaster. Actually, that bitch a Reagan. Can't be winning cause you hating. Flow got static, shock, I'm raiding. Slide game, bitch, call me Jason. You not me, I'll grab my cadence. Money, pesos, what I'm chasing. Smoke so much, feel like I'm lacing.
Hold on, this shorty caught her attitude. I told that little bitch go home. I caught him heroes, bitches hiding in my DM frozen. Your girl got naked, started smelling something. Put your clothes on. I spray these hoes like my clothes. Gotta keep the cologne. Shorty tried to set me up like what the fuck is she on? I smoked that gas, she smoked my gas. Yeah, my loop is too gone. I'm in the drops, I started raining. Told us put the roof on. Yup. I'm in the rocket ship. 3, 2, 1, it's time to blast off. Future told me keep my mask on, but I took my mask off. Shawty blowing up my phone, had to hit the decline. Wish I can rewind. Hella bad days, not gon' lie, a nigga missed a good time. Niggas walking up to me like they know me. Pole in my left hand, sending sounds like I'm Ginobili. Finna cop the 24s on the wood, R.I.P. Kobe. Hate these sneak ass niggas with the gingers, call them niggas soaking. I step out on that field team, told you I'm the best. Gotta keep the heat, that fire, it's not a drill, it's not a test. Sending shots my way, bitch, I'm bulletproof just like a vest. He said he a mess, so say it with your chest, little bitch.
Talk my shit cause I can back it up. Glock 19 for them niggas when they acting up. And you know we get into the money, gotta stack it up. Switch to my car, touch your pen, wasn't fast enough. Shawty get me head, ain't bust till to wrap it up. Told the best friend that she gotta stop gassing. I can't suck dick, so I guess I gotta pass it. Switching my hoes, nigga living in chapters. What you call my little blaster. Actually, that bitch a Reagan. Can't be winning cause you hating. Flow got static, shock, I'm raiding. Slide game, bitch, call me Jason. You not me, I'll grab my cadence. Money, pesos, what I'm chasing. Smoke so much, feel like I'm lacing. Devil stays in my room at night and keeps coming out to play. Even while staring at me all night.
Right, this shit crazy.
Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. Let's go. Yeah. New coupe, I stay real with my knee, I'm counting money. Came in blue, you know I gotta drop the top, the days is sunny. Who is you? This not a gang, it's only family. How I'm coming, but you knew that. Now accept and recognize this shit ain't funny. Can you do that? I be thinking to myself, where I come from, how I beat it. Nigga talking about the trenches when you clutch it for no reason. Lock and loaded, high alerts, I'm staying ready for the season. You not finna set me up, so bitch don't ask me why I'm leading. Told her slide, catch the wind. Why she ride me like a Harley? Who had said I need a bitch? Just need my stick, it's my little Barbie. All these niggas like my students. I'm the teacher, can't outsmart me, I can't chill. It's always up, they get the bus in every party. Get your hoe, she just going, she just blowing. Call her Kirby, I done told you, get your hoe. I'm in the head, I make her nervous. Not my beef, then don't get in it. Change of plans, we leaving early. Niggas shooting, niggas busting. In they feelings, all of a sudden acting girly. Like my foreigns with the curly hair. She not mixed with something, then she boring. I don't even care. Show your bitch some manners, then the mama teach her not to stare. Treat them like they clothes with the bros. No, I gotta share. Face my problems, who running? Pass the weed, cause they coming. Stay out of sight when they hunting. Shoot it myself, don't need gunmen. All you think this shit funny. You laughing broke with no money. These niggas crash tests and dummies. If I black out, demons summon. New coupe, I stay real with my knee. I'm counting money. Came in blue, you know I gotta drop the top. The days is sunny. Who is you? This not a gang, it's only family. How I'm coming, but you knew that. Now accept and recognize this shit ain't funny. Can you do that? I be smoking in my room, but I passed out for the day. Thought I was up, but I was sleeping. Now they coming out to play the evilness. The fucking demons pray they not looking this way. Just close my eyes and ask for peace. Thank God for seeing another day. Don't need a stylist. Pop out with my chain and forces. Switching foreign cars. So broski, I need some with more horses. Always going. So I can't trust these hoes, not even virgin. Now I'm old enough to see. God put me here for a purpose. Think I need another chain. Now I don't need it. Bitch, I want it. I can never trust a bitch, but best believe me, my who's honest. No, I'm dripping all this water. No, I'm not talking to Sonny. Where I'm from, a nigga grew up, yeah, surrounded by them convicts. What you talking about? I stay real with my knee, I'm counting money. Came in blue, you know I gotta drop the top. The days is sunny. Who is you? This not a gang, it's only family. How I'm coming, but you knew that. Now accept and recognize this shit ain't funny. Can you do that? Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. My bitch want a spot and claim she loyal, gotta test it. Yeah, she enjoy her time with me, addicted like it's Netflix. I let her do the work when giving neck, I guess I'm sexist. When we be going rounds, her hair get caught up in my necklace. I got some real bitches I could cuff, but it ain't likely. You gotta hold it down if you deserve to be my wifey. She wanna make a movie, do a film, shout out to Spike Lee. 150 on the dash, I swear a nigga in it light speed. One move off emotion, my girl help me do the right thing. When I come outside, these niggas put they bitch in hiding. When she on the bike, she breathing hard, she love the riding. Baddie said she gay but want the dick, so why you lying? I've been doing work, I'm starting to mark shit off my checklist. Just say what's on my mind, cause it's the truth, you call it reckless. You burnouts in the foreign, it's a G, it's not a Lexus. I don't know why bitches think they more important than my check is. Change up my mentality, I never say I can't. I can't trust a single government, bitch, I'm my own bank. She real quiet when she hot, but she get freaky off the drink. 5-star general on niggas, I'm the highest rank. Be the life for the party, nigga with the plan. How you got the time to hate? Niggas really fans. Another day, another dollar, and a couple bands. We don't do the both sides shit, shoot the middle man. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing. Niggas always capping. Niggas always capping. Don't live what they rapping. Don't live what they rapping. 150 smashing. 150 smashing. I ain't with the crashing. I ain't with the crashing.